works, that Catholic apostolates are oftentimes born out of a very specific need. If you look at the religious orders of the church, it's the same thing, right? The Benedictines brought monasticism. St. Benedict brought monasticism in so that not only learning, but also a contemplative spirituality that was continuous would be founded. But then, of course, your real need that's temporal.
Absolutely. Everything that we do is in support of the church, but also in main idea is that we support our Catholics as well.
Absolutely, yeah. 855-341-5199 is the number. The Knights of Columbus have been with Catholic Community Media since the very beginning.
We have.
You really have. You were the ones who were kind of stomping the pavement to get us our first beginnings of financial security, and we're so glad for that.
Oh, I was talking to Marcus this morning about, I was here day one. I remember Leo Segala would come in and do radio spots on behalf of the Knights of Columbus, and then Steve Thomas, and then now I've inherited that.
Absolutely.
And so
Did you ever think you'd be behind the microphone?
No, I did not. But I do want to put out that we are challenging the Knights of Columbus this hour to match the donations given by the state.
I was going to say,
council.
This is a matching hour.
This is a matching hour by the Knights of Columbus. So I want to encourage all my brother Knights, their wives, to call in and donate to Catholic Community Radio.
I would say that we have more than 500 Knights in the Baton Rouge area. If every Knight of Columbus and or their spouse gave $1, then we would have surpassed that matching hour, right?
Yes.
So the matching hour is up to $500 will be matched. Knights of Columbus, step up.
That's right. We want you to encourage and call 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help and make that donation to the radio station.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely. And to your point, there's actually closer to 4,000 members of the Knights of Columbus in and around the Baton Rouge Diocese. So like you said, once again, $1 per,
That's right.
per
Even
night would be an
if you gave
incredible
$5,
amount.
not only would we get that match, we'd blow it out of the water, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah. 855-341-5199. One of the things I really like about our apostolate, of course I'm biased, but one of the things I really like about it is that we actually can get the word out about what the Knights of Columbus are doing. And that's not just locally, but also worldwide. And the Knights of Columbus worldwide have always had an interest in the different technologies of spreading the gospel. I know that they were instrumental in helping the Vatican to purchase some of their equipment for the papal broadcast.
And they actually have a big renovation in St. Peter's that the Knights of Columbus
They
is
sure do,
funding
yeah.
right now
The
as well.
Baldacchino is that big, beautiful Bernini Baldacchino that you see if you go to Rome. Right now is covered up by all this scaffolding because it's being, for the first time ever, as far as we know, it's being restored. And I think that's a beautiful thing to say that the Knights are always concerned with what is good, true, and beautiful.
Absolutely. One of our members sent me a picture, and it was all covered up, but he sent a picture of what it was looking like at that point. He had recently traveled there.
That's a beautiful thing to see, that the Knights are always so kind of, as I say, boots on the ground. You're always there asking, what can we do? My local Knights of Columbus in False River in New Roads are the same way. Father, what do you need us to do? Yeah. And what a great... Not everybody asks that question. Usually I get a lot of, statements with no question mark, right? But that's beautiful to see. 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help, rather than, Father, what you need to do is. We get Father.
Let us know.
Yeah,
let us know what we can do for you. Let us know how we can help, and the Knights will be there.
Yeah, exactly. And Gabby, I know that you echo that the Knights have always been present with us.
Hey, every time we interview Eric at the first Friday of the month, Eric, you're like a slingshot. I intro you and you just go because you have so many things to talk about when it comes to essays. You guys are such strong advocates for the pro-life community and respect life. And not only are you guys wonderful cooks, I don't know if that's a criteria for every night, but you do so much philanthropic work within the community. And it is known you guys just have that wonderful reputation, and it's beautiful to see what the Knights of Columbus have done. Even as I was a child, I was aware of what you guys were and continue to this day. So we're so grateful for your generosity and your continued support for this radio apostolate. So the Knights of Columbus have put up a $500 match this hour. Help us reach our match by calling 855-341-5199 or donating safely and securely online at ccradio.help. Stay with us. We have more with our Summer Pledge Drive.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Do you have trouble tuning in our station at night or when you're away from town? Listen to us 24/7 on your smartphone or computer. Always clear, always on at ccmedia.live.
I'm Ian Malosson with River Road Coffees. We're proud to support Catholic Community Radio across the Gulf South. Our coffee wakes up the staff every morning and keeps them going throughout the day so they can deliver the freshest Catholic content and news to you. You'll also find us at many Catholic Community Radio events. River Road Coffees at your local grocer or visit riverroadcoffees.com for home delivery.
Delivering customized services while developing lasting client relationships is what sets Olent Group One Solution apart. As an independently owned agency for over 25 years, the foundation of Olent Group's success is the commitment to help individuals and businesses maximize and protect their economic potential by providing personal attention, quality products, and superior services. Olent Group offers employee benefit consulting, financial services, property and casualty, and specialized insurance for emergency services. Visit olentgroup.com and see how our family protects yours. Olent Group, one solution, helping address your needs today and for many years to come.
Securities offered through Calton & Associates Incorporated. Member FINRA, SIPC, OSJ 2701 North Rocky Point Drive, Suite 1000, Tampa, Florida 33607. 813-264-0440. Olent Group, Olent Financial Group, Nassau Olent Benefits Consulting, Olent Porsche Insurance are not owned or controlled by Calton & Associates Incorporated.
I'm Scott L. Smith, estate planning attorney, and I'm an underwriter of Catholic Community Radio. I help individuals, families, and businesses with estate planning and successions, creating wills, trusts, and powers of attorney, with offices in Baton Rouge and New Roads. I'm a husband, father of 5, Catholic author, and Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus in New Roads. I'm attorney Scott L. Smith. You can reach me at 225-718-5334 and on the web at smithlawfirmla.com.
Louisiana Bar Association and filing number LA21-12335.
St. Mary's Books and Gifts, the little bookstore with a big heart and a thirsting desire to spread the good news. 225-272-4030. Laura Manderfield Krantz Gifts St. Mary's Books and Gifts is a longtime supporter of Catholic Community Radio. St. Mary's Books and Gifts, located on the corner of Florida and Sherwood Forest Boulevard. 225-272-4030. St. Mary's Books and Gifts.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Are you in need of prayer? Go to our website and click on the Resources tab, then click Ask for Prayer and fill in the form. We're here to pray with you and for you.
Go to ccmedia.live.
We're so glad that you are joining us for our Summer Pledge Drive. I'm Gabby Smith, along with Father Chris Decker. He is our Director of Mission over here at Catholic Community Media and pastor over at St. Mary's of Falls River in New Roads. And Father Chris, one of my favorite things to do in the morning that I look forward to every day is getting up with my cup of coffee and knowing
we were just talking about that.
The Coffee Club is a wonderful way to support Catholic Community Media through a recurring monthly donation. So for $30 a month, when you join the Coffee Club during our pledge drive, you know the drill, you will receive a mug or tumbler with our logo on it. And look at that wake up mug. So you can listen to us in the morning, listen to the Knights in the morning with your wake up mug, your River Road coffee. We'll also give you the coffee to put in the mug. So call us today, 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. And we've decided to add a little extra bonus. So when you do join the Coffee Club, you will also receive a beautiful rosary. And this rosary is absolutely beautiful. If you're watching us on the stream, you'll see that beautiful metallic blue-green Mother of Perpetual Help rosary. Also, new recurring donors will receive this rosary, or if you increase your monthly recurring donation, you will receive this beautiful rosary, and you can kind of hear it, like
That's
that
right.
gnat
Yeah,
sound.
I have two types of rosaries that I use, right? I have the pretty ones, but then I have the utility rosary, right? This is somewhere in between, right? This is it's got a nice weight to it. Sometimes you like a little weight on your rosary so that you can feel the beads drop as you pray. Right. And this is one such rosary. So, and I really do like the little miniature icon of our Mother Perpetual Help. And that's really what these sacramentals are. You can use the rosary of your fingers if you want, but we have these items of faith that kind of give us a tactile experience of our prayer. And so that's what we want you to have as well for all of our new members or those who increase their membership by any amount. 855-341-5199 is the number to do that. 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. Yes, Gabby, I always like to listen to Catholic radio while I'm brushing my teeth, so I get some of the Knights of Columbus announcements as well.
You hear that, Eric?
Well, I do. Yeah. And we're always glad to be here and always glad to support Catholic Community Radio.
Mm-hmm. And it's really nice that we've had this relationship, as we said, from the very beginning. And that hasn't just been one that's financially related. Like I say, y'all did pound the pavement for us there and continue to do so. But the Knights have consistently prayed for our apostolate as well.
Yes, we have. And we do that. And it's part of the Knights of Columbus. I don't know if it's our culture or our faith, but as Marcus can attest to, the Knights are very much entwined with the family, and that we look for faith-based financial solutions for families too. Yeah. That's what Marcus does as one of our insurance agents, and they're they will guard, grow, and give for the Catholic family.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the newest push. And there's actually an online seminar that's coming up that's going to talk specifically about that, and it's going to include the use of our mutual funds, which is something that's kind of new for Catholics, so that they can not only protect their family through a Catholic insurance company, but through the Knights of Columbus Asset Advisors, they can actually provide financial assistance through their family using the Knights of Columbus as well.
Yeah, and oftentimes in the world today, you never quite know how your dollar's being spent. I mean, when you give to an apostolate like ours, where you know how your dollars are being spent, you're watching it happen. But whenever you start to invest, there are a lot of shady things out there that if you put your dollars in that, you go, well, I don't really know how that compounding is happening by what moral standard, but that's not the case with the Knights of Columbus.
Absolutely not. Every one of our investment, our entire portfolio has all been approved by the USCCB. And so we actually have an ethicist as an advisor for us to make sure that every company that we're investing in that makes up part of our mutual fund portfolio is all in line with our Catholic faith. So anybody that supports or profits off of abortion or anything like that, then they're just not going to be part of our portfolio. You can't get on board with investing in anybody like that.
It's good to be able to keep your money clean, in that sense.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're not talking about laundering it, right? But keeping the dollar clean. The money that I spend, the money that I invest, is not then going on to make more money by doing things that are not correct, that are not morally licit.
Absolutely, and Catholics should be aware of how their money is being invested in, and if it goes against your faith, that you wouldn't want the investment company that you're doing business with to support the things that actually go against your faith.
Absolutely. Imagine that. I wonder how many other investment companies have an ethicist on staff. I would be willing to wager with some of my investments that it's probably a very low number.
Absolutely.
I would imagine so. But we ask you today to invest in us. 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. Gabby, that investment is one that bears a lot of dividends on many different angles for those who invest in us, right?
Yes, and because of your donations, we were able to put up a billboard, and you'll actually be seeing that on our socials soon, but it's over in the Ponchatoula Hammond area.
Oh, yeah.
But that was because of your donations. We were able to put a giant billboard, a 690 billboard, to tune hearts to the truth. Father Chris, that is how I found out about Catholic Community Radio. When I just graduated college, there was a billboard right there on Airline Highway, right by Costco across the street. And I would see it every single time I would drive to my apartment, and that's how I found out about you guys. Billboards work. Billboards still work. And so 8 years later, I am still here, and it has been one of the most transformative parts of my life has been this media apostolate. This morning show and everything else in between. The Knights of Columbus have been there since the beginning. So I highly, you guys, like every dollar is spent for good.
Yeah.
And it's spent exactly what you think it is.
Yep.
Tuning hearts to the truth, proclaiming the gospel and the Catholic faith. We need that right now.
That's right. That's right. And Jeff would agree. The beautiful thing too is not only did billboards work, but Gabby then just came right into the office. She did exactly what that billboard said, right? Now more than ever, right? And so she came in, and I think that's the beautiful thing about how Catholic media works. Is in radio, it's always the second most important thing that you're doing. Billboards work because you're kind of a captive audience in your car, and you're able to then hear good news, not just all of the stuff that makes you want to despair, but the good news that actually helps us on the way to salvation, because that is fundamentally the work that we are about. Isn't that right?
Most definitely. And of course, like many media apostolates or like many nonprofits, we're always in need of other things. And you guys, as many times as your computer updates or your phone updates, our electronics also updates. Our equipment runs 24 hours a day to bring you 24-hour Catholic programming. So we are in need of a few items like a new automation computer to help keep us on the air. That's about $1,300. So of course, this matching donation for the Knights will greatly help us. So they are putting up $500. So if you donate up to $500, they'll match it. So we're looking for 30 new recurring donors during our summer pledge drive. And we are about to run out of time, but we just wanted to say thank you so much, Marcus and Eric, for being with us today and taking time out of your busy schedules to help tune hearts to the truth.
Well, thank you for having us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us.
And I would encourage every Knights of Columbus to call in, donate. Call 855-341-5199 or log on to ccradio.help and donate and help match the funds.
That's right. You heard the man. All right. We're going to be back for more of our pledge drive. So stay right where you are on Catholic Community Media's Summer Pledge Drive, 855-341-5199.
Wake Up is a production of Catholic Community Media.
Tabella is proud to support the Catholic community in Louisiana by providing parishes, ministries, and dioceses free, high-quality communication tools and digital resources. To learn more how Tabella can support your parish, call 225-978-9644. Together, we can bring the world closer to God through His one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Download the Tabella app for free today at the iTunes Store or on Google Play.
Tabella.
Hi, it's Father Chris Decker. Join me September 19th through the 30th for a pilgrimage to the best shrines of France. If you've ever wanted to see where Louisiana finds its roots in culture and Catholic spirituality, then look no further than this journey. On our pilgrimage, you'll see magnificent shrines and churches visiting Lourdes, Lisieux, Normandy, Chartres, Nevers, Paray-le-Monial, and of course, Paris. Not only will we have Mass every day in each of these sites, but you'll also get to walk in the footsteps of so many saints that we know so well in the Gulf South. We'll visit the American Cemetery near the D-Day landing site and Mont Saint-Michel, a great monastery often called the wonder of the Western world. There's even an optional add-on for a few days in Rome at the end of the trip. Breakfast and dinner are included each day, as is an air-conditioned motor coach, a local tour escort, and guide for each location. The window for booking is closing soon, and prices for double occupancy leaving New Orleans start at just $54.50 a person. Why wait for a trip to France when we've done all the planning for you? Join us today. Go to france.ccradio.live to reserve your spot. That's france.ccradio.live. A bientôt.
For more than 150 years, St. Vincent de Paul has served the capital city, caring for the poor, feeding the hungry, and housing moms and children. St. Vincent de Paul accepts donations of cars, trucks, and SUVs, motorhomes and campers, even motorcycles and boats. Proceeds benefit the poor and homeless, served by the Bishop Ott Shelter, the St. Vincent de Paul Dining Room, Pharmacy, and Miriam's House. St. Vincent de Paul, 225-383-7837.
Programming on Catholic Community Media is underwritten by Alexander's Market in Baton Rouge. After years of research, the Alexander family discovered Creekstone Farms of Kansas, focusing on strict Black Angus genetic specifications, certified humane animal handling practices, and refined feeding techniques. Creekstone Farms Premium Black Angus Beef, only at Alexander's Market, Baton Rouge, Geismar, Santa Ma, and Gonzales.
Make a difference and be a part of our summer online auction.
Just donate an item and you're supporting Catholic Community Media.
Going live online in July, CC Media is hosting our first ever online auction.
But we need your donated items.
Wait, what kind of items?
Well, a prayer kneeler.
How about gift cards?
Or a vacuum sealer.
Vacation vouchers, sports tickets?
Or box seats.
Hey, even gift baskets.
Maybe Catholic retreats.
Hey, maybe somebody has a trip to Europe they'd like to donate.
You know, something like that.
Hey, I got a beautiful painting of Mother Mary.
We'll take it.
Go to ccmedia.live and click on Donate an Item at the top of the homepage. Then in July,
let the bidding begin.
Go to ccmedia.live and donate an item now.
Hey, I've got some unused golf clubs.
Unused? You mean brand new, right?
Listen in, Brewley.
Listen in, Denham Springs.
Listen in, Baton Rouge.
Hear WPYR on FM 105.1 downtown.
105.9 in Baton Rouge East.
Or tune in to 1380 AM all over the capital area.
And listen anywhere in the world on your smartphone with the free Catholic Community Radio app, in the App Store or on Google Play.
24/7 and always clear.
ccradio.live.
The heart of the church, from the heart of the Gulf South. WPYR 1380 AM, 105.1 FM, 105.9 LP, Baton Rouge.
ccmedia.live.
Catholic Community Media's Summer Pledge Drive. Back to the studio, we got David Dawson, our fearless leader. Also the CEO, and I have actually seen him vacuum here at Well.
You have?
Yes.
I do plumbing.
I'm sorry, Dave.
And windows.
Yes, you do. Also seated next to you, Allison Daigle, our dear friend from Woman's New Life Clinic, Baton Rouge in New Orleans. Huzzah!
That's right.
All right, gang, take it away.
All right. Before we get started, I'm going to give that phone number out so we can hear that phone ring. 855-341-5199 is the number to call, or just go on to ccradio.help. What we're looking for, and Allison, well, welcome. It's
Thank
so
you.
good to have you here.
Good morning.
And you guys are my heroes over at Women's New Life Clinic. I mean, just all the things that you guys do.
Thank you so
and
much.
everything. And so you just heard that what we're looking for is reoccurring donations.
Yes, that is so important.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a big one. See, that's just it. That's the reason we're looking for those, is because it's easier to give a reoccurring donation, for instance, coffee club or something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
To where it's a small amount each month.
That's
Yet
right.
at the same time, it sustains us. That works that way for you guys too, right?
Oh, absolutely. When you rely solely on private donations, that income that comes in monthly is that income you can count on to make sure
Yeah.
that you can keep the lights on, keep the
Absolutely.
airwaves going. So what you guys are doing are so critically important. So I encourage everybody, all the listeners. I'm a proud Coffee Club member. My
Yes,
husband and
you
I
are.
and we are so grateful for Catholic Community Media. So I encourage everybody to please call in and become a monthly donor. It could be $5, it could be $30 a month, it could be $500. This is income that the team here certainly needs.
I
So-
don't have a limit. We
No.
do not have a limit.
No
So if you,
limits.
as high as you want to go, that's fine.
right.
Or look, if you do say, no, I just want to donate 25, 30 bucks just a one time, that's fine. No, we'll definitely take anything that you can donate. I certainly won't turn that down. I'm just saying that the reoccurring ones are wonderful. And Allison, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but we have, I'm reaching over here. Okay, we have this beautiful rosary that any reoccurring donation, you see that's Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Beautiful, I would say metallic. I don't know what color that is. Teal beads?
Like teal, blue, green. This is absolutely beautiful.
Right,
oh,
right.
Yes.
So that, and then if you join the coffee club, of course, you get the tumbler and you get the coffee, and all sorts of wonderful things come your way. So that's we have that. So there, 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. Tell me what's going on now at Women's New Life.
Yes.
You know your thing over there. Tell me
Women's
about
New
it.
Life Clinic. So
Thank you.
your listeners may know we've been around since 2001. We started in New Orleans, and then we came to Baton Rouge in 2013, and we've been in both locations ever since, providing free pregnancy tests, free ultrasounds, and free professional counseling for women, families, anybody in an unplanned pregnancy, anybody with that struggling with that pregnancy decision.
Right.
So we walk with women. So many come to us in crisis.
Yeah.
Unplanned doesn't mean unwanted.
Yes.
And so a lot of women may be struggling financially or emotionally. They don't have the support that they need. And we're here to walk with them every step of the way.
Yeah.
We provide so many wraparound services. The counseling is amazing.
Yes.
Because women are in that crisis, we don't want them to make a permanent, possibly life-ending decision in a state of crisis. And we recognize every woman has God-given free will. So let's help her understand what she's going through, understand what the crisis is.
Yeah.
But provide the free pregnancy test and free ultrasound. These things are really important to make sure she knows how far along she is in her pregnancy, especially if a woman is considering abortion. We want her to know what are her options. How far along is she? Is the pregnancy still viable? Something that's super important is the pregnancy in her uterus. So this is valuable information she needs as she makes her decision. And with the dangers of abortion, we know abortion is illegal in our state, or largely illegal, but abortion pill by mail is...
they're doing end runs. I mean, and that's still happening. I know they're still trying to tighten rules and regulations on that, but that's going to be an ongoing battle, isn't it?
It sure is, because the access is so easy, and that's dangerous. I mean, we are providing a lot of support for women who are calling. Sometimes they come in, they might have the abortion pills on their person.
Wow.
And they're scared because there's no oversight. It's a dangerous practice to get these pills by mail. Women aren't instructed on how to take them, what to take, when to take, and they also don't have any medical provider who's examined them to make sure that it's even okay for her
Right,
to
because
take.
it just came in the mail.
It just came in the mail.
They don't know dosage or anything.
No.
Ugh.
And then there's no follow-up care. There's no discharge instructions or anything after she's taken the pills. So we field those calls.
Yeah.
We've had, just so far in the first 5 months of the year, we've had well over 1,500 calls from women, and many of them have taken the pills or are scared because they don't know what to do. They don't know what's normal, what's not. And so we are so excited to provide abortion pill reversal. So far this
Okay.
year, I think we've done it 11 times.
Oh, no kidding. Just
And
this year.
Just this
Wow.
year. So in addition to all the unplanned pregnancy services, we have nurse practitioners, one in each city. And April and Shannon serve our clients. And they provide well woman care, STD testing, and treatment, but they do abortion pill reversal. And we've had minors receive this service.
Oh,
And-
my goodness.
And the babies are saved. We're walking with
Really?
these mothers. We're walking with their parents even sometimes.
Minors. Well, Allison, I heard one of your counselors give a talk once, and it blew my mind simply because she said a lot of these women that are coming in, they're in crisis. They already know that abortion's wrong. They are just beside themselves in the middle of a tug of war, keep the baby, lose the baby, and they're just beside themselves.
Sure.
They don't know what to do.
That's
right.
That's right. Yeah, women are not coming to us saying, this is my body, my choice. This is my right.
That's not happening.
That
huh?
is not happening. That's not our experience. And women who've had abortions come to us saying, that is not the experience I expected.
Yeah.
So the counselors provide the post-abortion healing for women, for men, anybody who's been impacted. We've counseled grandparents
Really?
who learned that they lost a grandchild to abortion, or they just found out, and they need help on how to support their children
My
who had an
goodness.
abortion.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I often tell my high schoolers that the catechism of the world will speak louder than the catechism of the church, you know, and part of the quote unquote teaching of the world, the catechism of the world, is that abortion is the option. Abortion is the only option. It's the only way to deal with the situation, right? It's even dehumanized. And so to be able to be there for those who realize they've been rooked, they've been tricked, and to provide them with the truth, and then the way that the Lord can move forward with them. You know, it's amazing how even in the midst of something like abortion, the Lord still continues to call and says, "Turn back to me, and I will not forsake you."
Absolutely. There's so much hope.
Yeah.
I was sharing this with your volunteers a minute ago. There's just so much hope at Woman's New Life Clinic. When a woman does come to us with an unplanned pregnancy, and sometimes they do walk away and they still have an abortion, or maybe we think they're leaving parent-minded, but the people around them at home are telling them, no, you can't, you know, we want to walk with her and say, yes, you can, and we're here with you. But she doesn't have that experience at home and sometimes makes that a decision for abortion. But when they come back to us for a subsequent pregnancy and they say, I knew where to come this time.
Oh,
That's
wow.
beautiful. That's the most hopeful things that we can encounter.
Yeah. One of the things that always kind of makes me pause, even in the midst of celebrating the liturgy, and the liturgy of baptism, whenever the parents present their child for baptism, one of the things that the priest or the deacon says is, in asking for baptism for your child, you have decided to partner with us, and we the church pledge our support in helping you raise your child in the practice of the faith. And I always think about that, and like I say, upstairs I'm pausing as I'm saying it, because that's a lot of the work that you do as well, is that you're saying, we're going to partner with you. You've experienced this tragedy. We're going to partner with you to bring you back to the heart of God. And that really is what baptism is too, right? Is that we're partnering with you in drawing you into God. And so noting that God never forsakes us ever. You know, and to be able to be there, even as you say, the subsequent moment where you go, I knew where to come this time.
Yes. And that's why Catholic Community Media is so important. When you give us an opportunity to speak monthly to your listeners, we have had people come to us for counseling, for medical services.
Wonderful.
Even our nurse practitioners, you don't have to be in an unplanned pregnancy. Excuse me. If a woman just wants authentic, life-affirming health care where she's not going to be offered contraception or, you know, that's not going to be encouraged.
Right.
Come see our nurse practitioners to receive that well woman care. But listeners through Catholic Community Media are learning about the work that we're doing, and that's in turn changing their lives and possibly saving lives. So thank you.
You don't have to thank us, because people like you and what you do, what we have always believed, Father Chris and I, but this goes way back, there's so much going on that people don't know about that's going on good, and you need a microphone, you need to, you know, things that the things that you are doing is just the miracles that I have heard and the lives that you have saved is sort of like, that's got to be talked about. People are not hearing that anywhere else. Oh, we can give that number.
That's right. 855-341-5199 is the number. 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help is the way to donate online. We're certainly looking for an increase in our monthly sustained givers, right? Those who are our coffee club members. And so you can do that at $30 a month. It's a very easy thing to do. Think about what you spend $30 on over the course of a month. You know, I have a bit of a book problem. I will buy almost any book that I see.
I know. I got the same weakness.
And so it's easy to spend $30 a month on books.
Yeah.
Imagine spending $30 a month on the good news going out.
Well, $30 a month is 1 or 2 books.
Yeah.
Depending on the book.
That's correct.
You
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
And we called it Coffee Club because you're going to spend more than $1 a day on coffee. There's no doubt
Easily.
about that.
Yeah.
So brew your own. We even got a mug for you here that looks better than what you get at those other places. And then you're supporting Catholic Community Media.
While you're drinking your coffee out of that tumbler, you can be listening to Wake Up every day and exposing your kids, your family as you're driving in, and
Yeah.
learning so many things and growing in your faith.
Yeah, I know many who do that.
Yes.
That's the morning drive to school or something like that, or the morning drive to whatever summer sports practice they're going to.
My son, who's now 20, just said, I remember when I was a kid and we were, listening, we've always listened in the car on the way to school. And he's like, I remember when Father Josh was a seminarian.
Mhm.
And we were like, gosh, who's that guy? This is awesome. And here we
and
are. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing too, is as you say, it brings the Catholic community together, hence the name. And in so doing, you kind of grow up with us, to be able to see a seminarian become a priest and then begin to preach the gospel. That is a beautiful thing.
Well, we've always had the philosophy here that, because I listen to a lot of radio, and I still listen to the other signals and channels and everything like that. And what we like to say is by the time you get to work, we're the ones that are going to lift you up and build you up. We're going to bring Christ to work. And in the real world, there's still the news out there and everything, but there's another way of looking at it. And we're not going to suck your soul out by the time you get to work, because it's so negative out there, and it's only getting more negative. We're not Pollyanna,
No.
no, but
Tell it
at
like
the
it
same
is.
time, there's the truth out there, and there's hope out there, like Woman's New Life Clinic. You guys give me such hope, and I'm sure other folks as well. So 855-341-5199 is the number to call, or you can simply go to ccradio.health. That's all you need to do. If I could just get the address out there,
It's
right,
okay,
Father?
it's all right.
All right. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Get better sleep with a new mattress from Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet, a proud supporter of Catholic Community Radio, providing a selection of brand name mattresses, adjustable bed frames, and Maloof pillows and sheets. Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet, 225-930-5779, 4065 Florida Boulevard, and Jefferson at Hushitu Road. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday, noon to 4 on Sundays. See Mitch and the gang at Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet.
Every city has a great donut shop, and The Heavenly Donut is a Baton Rouge favorite. Early every morning, Shane and Kara Castile begin making fresh homemade donuts, kolaches, and dozens of other tasty delights that will surely put a smile on your face. If you're in the mood for a king cake, The Heavenly Donut can customize one for you year-round. So don't worry, The Heavenly Donut has you covered. The Heavenly Donut, I-10 at Highland Road in Baton Rouge.
Should you hire a landscape architect? Hi, I'm Zorn with greenseasons.us, and my answer to that is yes, you absolutely should. How many times have you put a shrub in a location and a few months after the plants died off? Or how many times have you planted a tree too close to your house only to realize a few years later that the branches are going into the eaves of your house? When you hire a landscape architect, you're hiring a professional who's gone through years of schooling and years of professional experience who knows where you should put all your shrubs to get enough shade, enough sunlight, to where they won't be prone to issues with the wind, to where when you plant a tree, it's far enough away from your house to where the canopy won't be on top of your roof, and then every few years you have to trim up the branches just because you planted that tree too close. And these are some of the reasons why you should hire a landscape architect. I'm Zorn with greenseasons.us. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 888-353-1971.
If you're looking for that special and unique gift, be it rosaries, statues, handcrafted art, or jewelry, stop by the Shepherd Staff Gift Shop at Sister Dulcie's Ministry, located on the grounds of Cypress Springs Mercedarian Prayer Center, 17560 George O'Neill Road. Remember, when you shop at the Shepherd Staff Gift Shop, you're shopping with a purpose. Shepherd Staff Gift Shop is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
True Blue Water is a proud supporter of Catholic Community Radio. True Blue Water serves East and West Baton Rouge, Livingston, Ascension, and Iberville parishes, delivering artesian, fluoride, and filtered water to your home or work. Remember the spelling of True Blue, T-R-U-B-L-U-E, True Blue Water. For information, visit True Blue Water online at trubluewater.com or 225-313-1299.
Welcome back to Catholic Community Media's Pledge Drive. It is the pledge drive of these summer months, and we're glad that you join us. No matter where you are, if you're driving to and fro in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, or along the Gulf Coast, we're glad that you are tuning your heart to the truth, and it is our honor to be able to share the truth that is not a thing, but is a person, our Lord Jesus Christ, and you give us the ability to do that. 855-341-5199 is the number, or online all the time at ccradio.help. I'm Father Chris Decker. Joined alongside of me is David Dawson. He's the leader of this ship of, well, I won't say fools. We're just fools for Jesus.
We are. It is a ship of fools. No, I mean, I'm so proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that we're all crazy enough to do this.
Yeah,
you know?
and you really do. That's the thing. Is,
Yeah.
we often go back to Mother Angelica's phrase, right? A dodo for Jesus.
Absolutely.
She called herself a dodo because a dodo doesn't know it can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
And so you move forward in faith. Also moving forward in faith, of course, is Allison Daigle. She's the CEO of the Woman's New Life Clinic. And you've got locations in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans as well.
That's right.
And so you're there on the ground providing resources for women that are life affirming, not just for the mother, but also for the child and for the entire family, the father, the grandparents, etc.
Yeah, anybody who's involved, anybody that is their support person, we invite her partner to come in.
Yeah.
It's interesting, so many folks say, the man, I mean, so many men have abdicated their rights as fathers. And so, men who sit next to these women and say, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just silently screaming, like, just tell me you've got my back.
That's right. Yeah.
Likewise, though, there are men who feel helpless.
Mm-hmm.
The world, our culture has told them, you have no say, you have no voice.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is her body, her choice.
Yeah.
And they do feel helpless,
Mm-hmm.
and children are being lost. There's some men in social media right now that are, some folks are following, some pro-life organizations are following, who are really struggling because they lost their children.
Yeah.
And so we need to support men as well as the women, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a group like that of men who are?
Oh, I'm sure there are. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure there are lots of men support groups. I would
Yeah.
believe. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I mean, grief is grief, and one of the challenges with, if you would say, the emasculation of our present culture, is that men do not know what to do with their grief. And it's typically considered in so many ways, it's a feminine thing to grieve. But no, all of us are built with the desire to see tragedy happen and to cry out to the Lord. And what a beautiful thing that the Women's New Life Clinic doesn't just provide the medical side of that, but also the theological and the philosophical side of that too, of how to enter into it and to find hope in the midst of tragedy.
Absolutely. Our counselors provide counseling support for anybody who's had a pregnancy loss. It doesn't have to just be an abortion. Miscarriage or stillbirth. We've counseled couples who lost newborns to things like SIDS.
Right.
To walk with the men and their partners, with them in that grief.
That is
important.
just so good to know that the counseling is available for
Yes.
things like that. Now, we're talking both in Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
Yes, and all the
Okay.
counseling's free. And we also
Wow.
counsel women who are struggling with postpartum depression.
Right, right. Well, look, nothing is free. I'm going to give out the phone number real quick, 855-341-5199. Please support us here on Catholic Community Media. We need your help. We're totally funded by your donations. Or you can simply go on to ccradio.help. But not only that, you are funded by donations. And you got things coming up, and we're going to promote that too.
Oh, I appreciate
because that's
that.
what
Thanks.
we do.
Thank you so much. And the summer months the donations do tend to drop off a little bit in the summer months. So that's why it's so important to do the summer pledge drive and to encourage monthly donors at this time, because the airwaves are still going, right? We
Yeah,
still
they're
have
still there.
lots of the gospel to preach. So we want to make sure that folks are supporting. So in the fall, we have events. We have one in each city. On October 4th in New Orleans at Club 44, we'll have our annual Gala for Life.
Yes.
We're so excited this year. And more information to come. The registration will open up next month. We are honoring this year 10 weekly volunteers. We have 10 beautiful women who come very faithfully every Wednesday and Thursday to support us. As we speak, they're probably setting up to volunteer. And these women are from parishes all over New Orleans, the various Catholic church parishes all over town. And we couldn't do the work we're doing without them. So we're excited to honor them. So folks can find out more at womansnewlife.com/gala. And then we also have here in Baton Rouge on November 16th, we have our annual Born to Run 5K and half-mile fun run.
I'm so glad you do that in November.
Yes,
it's so
great.
much cooler and easier to do than in the summer, But
that's right.
That's the Born to Run. What annual one is this?
Oh, goodness. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think this might be our 12th here in Baton Rouge.
Golly.
I might be doing the math wrong, but 11th or 12th.
That is so much fun. So the next two things is the gala and the Born to Run.
Gala and Born to Run. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, for
okay.
sure.
So you're just going to keep us posted on that so we can.
Absolutely.
We have to constantly keep it out there.
That's right. And I believe next week our nurse practitioner, Shannon, will be on the air to talk more about the services that our nurse practitioners do, and we can talk about abortion pill reversal and that sort of thing.
Well, the part that we were talking about earlier, and this is the part that just really impresses me, is the counseling. And I imagine that's becoming more and more prevalent. Is that right?
It is. I actually was looking at our numbers in the first half of this year or so far, and I'm seeing a rise in post-abortion counseling.
Yeah.
Definitely seeing a rise in all things like the number of callers that we've received, the calls that we've received, first contacts, and also ultrasounds performed. But
Okay.
yeah, it's so hopeful to see that more people are coming in to receive that counseling.
Since the overturning of Roe versus Wade, what is the trend for y'all now?
Well, the trend now.
I guess it's the
pill.
The pill,
The abortion
huh?
pill specifically.
Yeah,
When we
yeah.
say the pill, some folks now are like, which one are you talking
pill
about?
are you talking about?
We have
Right.
birth control pill. We have morning after pill, which is Plan B. But Plan C, there's actually an organization called Plan C Pills. And their founder, I keep a video on my phone. The founder says you can get these pills in 3 days for $50, and they're not even coming from providers. You don't have to go to a clinic. They're coming from entrepreneurs. And we've had plenty of folks within our state, even locally, who have gone through the process to see just how easy it is. I need to be able to sit here authentically and tell you this is what women are experiencing, right?
My goodness.
And so women are, in fact, 14-year-olds can get the pills. But so can traffickers and pimps and abusers, right?
Yeah.
So anybody. And we just saw legislation passed to further criminalize and make it difficult for folks to dispense these pills, which is a great step in our state. Because we had a senator's sister, her husband attempted 7 times to kill their child by drugging her with the abortion pills.
my
that he got
goodness.
online without a prescription.
Without a prescription. So can you tell me about the laws that are... it seems like it's almost impossible when they're just sending them out willy-nilly by mail. I mean,
And first and
how do you
foremost, it's
control that?
so important for folks to know that women are not being criminalized. The laws protect any woman. So the 14-year-old, the 40-year-old who obtains these pills, whether she gets them off the street, from a friend who works at Walgreens, or from her partner, her parent, whoever, there are no laws that are going to criminalize the woman. We are trying to stop the people who are preying upon the vulnerability of these women. And so we are taking steps in our state, which is great, to further that. We just made the abortion pills, listed them as a controlled substance.
So what does that do?
So that just makes it harder for doctors. They have to take an extra step, and it has to be regulated before they can dispense the pills.
Okay.
However, doctors use controlled substances all the time, and they can obtain them. Like, it's just a process. That it's just a step in the process. And so doctors, legitimate doctors, will say, this is not making it difficult. It's not making it difficult at all for me to treat someone with an ectopic pregnancy or a miscarriage.
Yeah, but if I put a traffic cone, you still have to you have to notice that it's there.
That's right.
And that says a great deal.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
From the moral standpoint.
What about the mailing aspect, though? Is there anything to control that?
It is illegal to do, but it's virtually impossible for us. The federal government,
is
the United
behind
States
it.
Postal Service is not going to regulate the mail coming through.
Yeah.
So it's a
Okay.
little bit of an uphill battle,
Well,
but we're
yeah.
so grateful to God that He always gives us hope, and He's utilizing us as his instruments to do
well,
this
that's
work.
the thing is, no matter what the machinations of the spirit of the world do, you're there.
That's right.
At the end of
That's right.
at the doorstep, right?
There's always you guys, yes.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing.
Well, we are continuously supporting you. We will always continuously support you because, like I said, it's all hope, and that's what we broadcast. We broadcast hope. So you continue to do that incredible work, and again, let's reiterate the fact that the counseling that you have is free, and it's all kind of counseling.
That's right.
That you're talking about. Even you said for grandparents, it's like wow,
absolutely.
I'm in that category now. But still, no matter what, people are. There's crisis, and it continues to happen, and it continues to grow every day. Knowing there's some place to go, you guys, I'm sure, are overwhelmed. So not only do we can support you here, we can also support you in prayer.
Thank you so
right?
much.
Sure.
Likewise, friend.
So if somebody is going to donate or support you, we're gonna drown everybody with our information. But how do they get to you?
They can go to womansnewlife.com/donate.
womansnewlife.com/donate.
That's right.
But before you do, you could call 855-341-5199 or go to ccradio.help. You can support both of these organizations because we work hand in hand.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Very much so. And that really is where all of this comes together, is that we are simply, as I say, we echo the voice that is Jesus Christ. And one of those echoes is standing up for life in all of its iterations, from those who have not yet been born to those who have been here on earth for a very long time, right? And that's the beautiful thing about how this works is that whenever we have the services of the Women's New Life Clinic, we want you to tell your story. We want you to connect that, and that's what we're here for. And you are the ones who help us to do that by calling 855-341-5199 or by going online at ccradio.help. You help us to continue to amplify these voices of the good news, the voices that are hope in the midst of a world that aims towards despair. Stick with us. There's more on our summer pledge drive. We're happy you're with us. 855-341-5199.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Does your church want to spread the word about an upcoming event? Go to ccmedia.live and click on Events and News. Then click Submit an Event. Post yours now at ccmedia.live.
St. Joseph Abbey Caskets and Cemetery, just north of Covington, are builders of handcrafted mahogany and cypress caskets and beautifully constructed cremation urns, which can be delivered to the funeral home of your choice. Situated on the peaceful and picturesque Abbey grounds, the Abbey Cemetery offers burial and pre-planning options for cemetery plots and columbariums. Visit stjosephabbey.com to make an appointment.
This is Chef John Foles inviting you to think outside of the box at White Oak Estate and Gardens. Meet and Our Gardens are under the outdoor pavilion where delicious food is commonplace. Strategize adjacent to a trickling stream while enjoying breakfast or lunch. Oh yes, we do parties and weddings, but we'd love to earn your weekly business too. White Oak Estate and Gardens, 751-1882, located on George O'Neill Road, right next to Cypress Springs Mercedarian Prayer Center.
Hi, I'm Jeff Blackwell, Director of Operations at Catholic Community Media. But like the other 4 employees here, we wear a lot of hats. As David Dawson says, it's not what we do, it's why we do it. Souls, leading souls to Christ. And we are able to do that because of your prayers, financial support, and love for the Lord. Just do your best. Go to ccradio.help and donate. ccradio.help.
This is Father Brent Mayer, pastor of St. Agnes Catholic Church in Baton Rouge, inviting you to support the great work of Catholic Community Media. The programming is solid spiritual nourishment, and the zest for life, love for God, and zeal for souls found here are a powerful instrument in the hand of God to touch minds and hearts. Your contribution helps to spread the good news of Jesus Christ by proclaiming the riches of our Catholic faith and highlighting the gift of faith at work all around us in our communities. The encouragement and hope found here are a true gift, and I invite you to donate now so we can continue to offer that gift as we all labor together in the vineyard of the Lord.
Hi, this is David Dawson. I'm president of Catholic Community Media. Please consider evangelizing long after you've gone to heaven as part of your legacy giving. If you have questions on how to include us in your estate, just call me. Tune your heart to the truth.
Delivering customized services while developing lasting client relationships is what sets Olent Group One Solution apart. As an independently owned agency for over 25 years, the foundation of Olent Group's success is the commitment to help individuals and businesses maximize and protect their economic potential by providing personal attention, quality products, and superior services. Olent Group offers employee benefit consulting, financial services, property and casualty, and specialized insurance for emergency services. Visit olentgroup.com and see how our family protects yours. Olent Group, one solution, helping address your needs today and for many years to come.
Securities offered through Calton and Associates Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. OSJ 2701 North Rocky Point Drive, Suite 1000, Tampa, Florida 33607. 813-264-0440. Olent Group, Olent Financial Group, Massett Olent Benefits Consulting, Olent Porsche Insurance are not owned or controlled by Calton and Associates Incorporated.
This is a Catholic Community Media call to action. Do you belong to a prayer group, Knights of Columbus, or Ladies Auxiliary? We need your help to spread the word about Catholic media. Become an ambassador for CC Media, and we'll send you pamphlets, window stickers, prayer cards, and everything you need to help.
Tune your heart to the truth.
Go to ccmedia.live and click on Become an Ambassador. This way, we evangelize together.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Who is actually running the station? Go to ccmedia.live and click on About. Then click Staff and you'll see the whole CC Media crew. Check us out at ccmedia.live.
Catholic Art and Gifts, 6184 Florida Boulevard, is a proud sponsor of Catholic Community Radio. Catholic Art and Gifts has sacramental items as well as supplies for church and clergy. Catholic Art and Gifts also stocks the latest books from Catholic authors, plus children's books, baby items, and gifts for all occasions. You'll always receive a warm, heartfelt welcome from the staff. Catholic Art and Gifts, 6184 Florida Boulevard, 225-926-1216. On the web at Zieglers.com.
Welcome back to our day one of our summer pledge drive here on Catholic Community Media. I'm Father Chris Decker, pastor of St. Mary of False River in the beautiful little hamlet of New Roads. Joining me this half hour, we've got some folks that you know very well, and at least one folk that you're going to get to know really well. Father Joshua Johnson, who is the vocation director for our own Diocese of Baton Rouge. We spoke with your counterpart in Biloxi early this morning, Father Braxton Niecase. And of course, you were also the pastor of Sacred Heart here in Baton Rouge as well. And joining you for the summer is Carson Mack, who's a seminarian for the diocese. Hey, Carson.
Hi, Father Chris.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you both here in the studio. Father Josh Johnson, of course, is an old hat with Catholic Community Media.
Yeah, we used to have the TV show, the radio show back in the day, Tell the World.
You certainly did. That's exactly right.
10 years ago.
And I was going to say, you've been supporting Catholic Radio's mission since the very beginning.
I love it. Yeah, this is a great tool for evangelization. How many people have encountered God just by turning on to the station and become disciples of the Lord? Yeah.
Yeah, and really that's the beautiful thing about Catholic radio is you can scan the radio stations. You can still do that, I think, in your car. And when you fall upon something that isn't bad news, that in and of itself causes you to stop. Yeah. And so to find reasons for hope is really what we're all about.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, 855-341-5199 is the number. 855-341-5199 is the number, or you can go online at ccradio.help. One of the things that parishes love to see is a seminarian in their parish. Yes. Speaking of reasons for hope. So how long, Carson, have you been in seminary formation?
I've only been here for about a year at this point. I just finished my propedeutic year, which is a new thing that the PPF is asking for the church, more specifically. I guess, is asking for. And
Yeah, the new program for priestly formation has kind of reclassified the way in which seminarians receive formation and are kind of progressing through the different steps of formation. So propedeutic is a very expensive sounding word that means you're just kind of at the beginning learning the ropes, right?
Yes, basically yes. It means like pre-learning effectively. And how that cheeks out in our case is basically you're going through seminary without the focus on intellectual formation emphasized, and so we're not having exams or papers to do.
Enjoy that.
We are, yeah. If my older seminary are anything to go off of, I should be enjoying this time right now because it's all focused on prayer and human formation and development in that sense. So yeah, we just have like great lectures and lots of reading to do, and that's basically my life right now. But it's still amazing. Yeah.
I know, dream, huh?
It really is the dream, you know? I remember whenever, well, of course, Father Josh is the same way. We went to the seminary. The academic portion of our formation was front and center.
It was, yeah.
And so you immediately have to kind of swim, if you will.
Yeah. Or drown.
Or drown, right? Yeah, exactly. You swim by drowning, I think, in those first few years of the seminary, but that is very academic. Because I remember that we immediately started talking about ancient philosophy, which is pre-Christian. And so you're getting the academic stuff that's pre-Christian, and then your formation that's happening alongside of it is incredibly Catholic. And so I don't know if I was the only one who experienced that as something of like, gee, this is weird.
Yeah, kind of schizophrenic almost in a way.
Yeah,
It's like,
indeed, yeah. And so to be able to spend a time, so is there a length of time for that propedeutic phase?
while it can be up to 3 years, ours is only 1 year, mercifully, until I can get right into philosophy next year, which is like the second stage of formation there, which is now called discipleship, by the way, and not philosophy really anymore. Though the main focus of it is philosophy, and that includes the pre-Socratics, that includes Socrates and the pre-Christian philosophers. But then when you get into Christian thought, and of course, and then postmodern thought, which is like, the end game right now anyway.
So they think.
So they think, the world will have us believe. Yeah.
But that's a beautiful thing. One of the things that you will get on Catholic media, and really nowhere else, is the inside baseball of how a person becomes a priest. Of course, Catholic radio didn't exist in Baton Rouge whenever I was younger, and I was looking for anything I could find to tell the story of, okay, I can't be the only one who's experiencing this call by God. And so where do I go? And thankfully there were in our diocesan, we had a vocations office as we do now, a diocesan vocations office, but there were precious few resources. And so I can't imagine what it must be like to be able to either go on the internet and find a podcast, or to be able to hear a person like yourself on Catholic Community Media.
Yeah, for me it was basically a diet of YouTube vocations directors, and maybe like a book that I was given by the same vocations director actually, who is to my left right now. But yeah, I mean, so when you get the chance to ask a seminarian, about seminary, he's going to probably gush about it and everything, but just have your questions in order, because that's like a rare opportunity, I think, to get like a firsthand experience.
Very much
and how many guys right now are thinking about the priesthood, and this conversation we're hearing Carson talk right now, it might be fostering that vocation, right, within their own hearts. And so that can happen more if you pledge now, 855-341-5199.
That's correct. Or ccradio.help is the way you can go online and do that. I think my favorite gospel of the New Testament, now that's a tall order, is...
Let me guess. I want to guess for you.
Yeah.
Your favorite gospel is John.
No. Of the Gospels, yes, John is my favorite.
Right.
My favorite passage.
There it is. All right.
Yeah, you did get it right.
All right.
John
I thought I knew you well.
John's my boy, because it used to be Luke, but the more I realize that John is an artist in a different way than Luke is. Yeah, he speaks mystically and activates the imagination. But my favorite gospel passage is the road to Emmaus.
Oh, so good.
Easily.
So good.
And what happened over the course of these two disciples walking was their hearts began to burn as the one they didn't know, as the resurrected Jesus yet, was speaking tenderly into their ear, was unfolding to them all of the ways in which Christ is Lord. If that's happening to you right now, young men, unmarried men who are listening here on Catholic Community Media, that could be the Lord slowly revealing himself to you. And that's a worthwhile thing. We're not our hearts burning within us, you know. And it is that good kind of heartburn that draws us closer to the Sacred Heart. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah. So encourage those guys to reach out to their pastors as well and get plugged in right in the parish. Altar serving, lecturing, joining a men's Bible study, praying for the Blessed Sacrament, the Rosary. Stats show across the board that most vocations now are coming from guys who spend time in adoration, who are devoted to the Blessed Sacrament, the Most Holy Rosary, and who are altar servers.
And I think back on my own vocation, and you know, altar serving was the way in for me. From a very young age, I always wanted to be involved with what was going on in the sanctuary. I always felt a draw, like an almost physical draw to the sanctuary. And from there, all the other pieces fall into place. And in that very much road to Emmaus kind of a way, the Lord kind of reveals the kind of the layers of his heart to you that way. And that really is the beauty of, I think, this new program for priestly formation. Is it is this unraveling of the layers so that you go deeper in and further on. And you wind up like, oh, wait. And now I'm laying on this marble, preparing to be ordained a priest. You know, that's
maybe not that quickly.
Well, you know, I mean, it does go quickly. I will say that. You know, and as with most fulfilling vocations, time passes in a normal pace until you look back on it and realize that it passed very quickly indeed. And that's a life worth living, right? Where you're not just trudging along to one darn thing after the other, but rather you begin to see not only a future filled with hope, but the hope that brought you to where you are, you know. And that can only happen, too, if you dial and help us to give you reasons for hope, 855-341-5199, or online at ccradio.help. We're talking with Father Josh Johnson, who is the vocation director for our diocese, is the pastor at Sacred Heart in Baton Rouge, and Carson Mack, a fairly new seminarian. Although you're getting longer in the tooth, though, you know, that's the thing, is the more you spend time allowing the Lord to work on your heart. I always say, like, even if I hadn't become a priest, the time that I spent in formation was the most important of my life.
And that's really the big draw of going to seminary, I feel. There's really no risk to you. At least in my case, that's how I saw it. Because you go to seminary and answer the questions that, you know, one would have if they're discerning the priesthood. And if those questions are answered with a no, I mean, it's no time wasted, no skin off your nose or skin off your back. And you've just become like a more devoted Christian, a more devoted man to God.
That's right. Yeah. Well, stick with us. There's more with Carson Mack and Father Josh Johnson, 855-341-5199. Stick with us.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Looking for our video stream archives? Just go to youtube.com and search for Catholic Community Media. Click on subscribe, click the bell icon, and never miss a video. Visit us at ccmedia.live.
Women deserve authentic, life-affirming health care. At Woman's New Life Clinic in New Orleans and Baton Rouge, we offer free services for women in unplanned pregnancies, including pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, professional counseling, and abortion pill reversal. Our nurse practitioners offer low-cost women's health care, including well woman visits, STI testing and treatment, and prenatal care up to 20 weeks. We also offer instruction in natural fertility awareness-based methods. Learn more about your health today. Visit womansnewlife.com.
Hi, it's Father Chris Decker. Join me September 19th through the 30th for a pilgrimage to the best shrines of France. If you've ever wanted to see where Louisiana finds its roots in culture and Catholic spirituality, then look no further than this journey. On our pilgrimage, you'll see magnificent shrines and churches visiting Lourdes, Lisieux, Normandy, Chartres, Nevers, Paray-le-Monial, and of course, Paris. Not only will we have Mass every day in each of these sites, but you'll also get to walk in the footsteps of so many saints that we know so well in the Gulf South. We'll visit the American Cemetery near the D-Day landing site and Mont Saint-Michel, a great monastery often called the wonder of the Western world. There's even an optional add-on for a few days in Rome at the end of the trip. Breakfast and dinner are included each day, as is an air-conditioned motor coach, a local tour escort, and guide for each location. The window for booking is closing soon, and prices for double occupancy leaving New Orleans start at just $54.50 a person. Why wait for a trip to France when we've done all the planning for you? Join us today. Go to france.ccradio.live to reserve your spot. That's france.ccradio.live. A bientôt.
Hi, I'm Chad Olivier, Certified Financial Planner, CEO of Olivier Group. My wife Rose and I and our 4 sons are parishioners of St. George Catholic Church. Olivier Group was founded in 2002 with the goal of helping families with all aspects of financial planning to protect your family. We do this by using a team approach with a personal touch, always acting in the client's best interest. Life by design, not by default. Visit our website at oliviergroup.com.
Cetera Advisor Networks, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, CWM, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor.
Please join us in praying for protection this hurricane season. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Our Father in heaven, through the intercession of Our Lady of Prompt Succor, spare us during this hurricane season from all harm. Protect us and our homes from all disasters of nature. Our Lady of Prompt Succor, hasten to help us. We ask this through Christ our Lord, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Can't remember when your favorite program comes on? We have a printable schedule on our website so you know what's playing when. Click on Programming, then click Baton Rouge at ccmedia.live.
Alrighty, well, you are joining us, as the literature says, in media res. We are in the middle of a wonderful conversation offline, but we're coming back online to tell you what we've been talking about. 855-341-5199 is the number, or ccradio.help. I'm Father Chris, joined by Father Josh Johnson and by Carson Mack. Father Josh is the vocation director for Our Fair Diocese in Baton Rouge, and Carson Mack is, well, one of the seminarians that the fishing brought in, as it were, you know. Although, you know, the vocation directors, would you say that it's that you only reel in the fish? The Lord's the one who tells
Lord
you
calls,
where to cast it, right?
The one mission the Lord gave me was to just help guys to learn how to pray, and then He'll call. Right? He calls. Jesus Christ speaks to people today, and so if they can learn His voice, particularly in Scripture, then they'll be able to perceive the call and follow Him wherever He invites them to go.
And Carson, you know, every seminarian, I used to think that only those who were called to the priesthood had these big kind of St. Paul moments where they had these massive conversions, or lightning physically struck them or something.
That's Carson's story. We found Carson on the streets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Carson was on the streets.
His hair was all frazzed out because he'd been struck by lightning and had fallen off of a horse.
He was blind. He was blind for 3 days. And so the Lord, He said, go to this man named Carson. And I said, he's dangerous, Lord. I can't go to Carson. And I had to sit with him, and I mean, because he hurt people. He hurt Christians.
Like weapons or whatever.
No, I'm just joking.
His name was Farson.
His name was Farson.
But it was changed.
Before.
Maybe not the most flattering change, but
I would imagine, Carson, that your vocation story is a little bit different than it's reported by Father Josh.
Only slightly, though.
Only slightly.
No. Yeah, I mean, it is. And I've been giving it like a few times at this point, so I got it kind of polished down. One thing that Jeremy says, Jeremy's another seminarian of ours, my senior, but he's like the same age as me. He often says that when you look back on it, it's a lot more polished than when you were experiencing it. Yeah, so like you have like all the details kind of worked out. You kind of see where the Lord was moving beforehand and everything, so it's a little bit different. But
when you're in the midst of it, though, you don't always see how the Lord is kind of writing. In the midst of, whenever you put pen to paper, you in your mind know what the letter is going to be, but I would imagine for the stroke itself, it wouldn't know what letter it's going to be until it's there, right?
I guess so, yeah.
And so, yeah, that you can polish only after you've looked back and reflected.
Certainly. For me, like you, Father, I kind of started early, hearing some kind of call or tug. I was an altar server as well, since I could be in First Communion, basically, like second grade. And when I was a fifth grader, at least, I would say that I wanted to be a priest all the time. I dressed up for fifth grade, career day as one. I had like a black collared shirt on. I put a piece of paper in the collar as like a Roman collar.
As we all did at one time in our life, I suppose. Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's a good sign. But no one got who I was in class, though. I was in public school, so maybe that's why. But no one understood I was a priest, and so. But I kind of dropped it after a while. I found out what priests actually do and have to sacrifice and are. No wife, no kids, no well-paying job. It's like, well, what's the point then?
This isn't what the world tells me is successful.
Exactly. What the heck's going on? Like, what could be more or less worthwhile than this? No, not really. But in middle school, in high school, I kind of pushed the thought away. But I came back to it in college after I got more integrated with my student center there. I kind of found the Catholic community for the first time. That was like about my age and really energetic and young and just youthful. That was like the exuberance of it was really what drew me there, and their joy, their witness. And so I got more involved in praying on my own in the chapel, in masses, daily masses, rosaries, holy hours, adoration. the whole works of the Catholic spiritual life. And that culminated for me, at least, with Seek 23. Focused National Conference, about 17,000 young Catholics from around the country, and hundreds of priests were there. Mm-hmm. And they processed in every day for Mass, just hundreds of white albs streaming down the aisles. And I had to think to myself, well, what's going on here? God's got a plan for me. He's made me in particular for some purpose. And I don't know what that purpose is. And here's a viable option. This is a vocation of mine, or a vocation that could be mine, rather. But I just have no idea whether or not it is. Yeah. And so for me, I decided to dedicate more prayer to that. I commit to praying a rosary every day from that point on. And that culminated for me again. I keep saying culminated for me, but this is a process, obviously. Came to a head for me Ash Wednesday. My priest comes down from doing confessions all day, Masses all day. Ash Wednesday is obviously the biggest day of confessions and Masses in the church, but especially for us at Tulane Catholic. Yeah. I was Tulane for undergrad. Mm-hmm. And he comes down and says to me, Carson, I just love offering confession so much. I say these words and poof, their sins are gone. That was kind of like a paraphrase of what he said. Mm-hmm. But the sentiment was basically, such that he really enjoyed giving or offering the sacrament of reconciliation, offering forgiveness of sins. Mm-hmm. And the words didn't really strike me then, but 2 weeks later I was praying the rosary, and the words come back to me and they stir my heart in almost a physical way. And I take that opportunity to go seek out a vocations director. And from then on, it's kind of like an upward spiral, I guess you could say, in the seminary.
Mm-hmm. And isn't that something that doesn't sound like Carson was a really hard sell, but one who was listening, Yeah. And I would imagine that your actual results may vary from men who encounter a desire for vocation. Would you say so?
Totally, yeah. Everybody's different, but I think that it goes back to prayer, right? If we can just get guys plugged into a relationship with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ does everything. All we have to do is point them to the Lord. Yeah. And so whenever guys are walking with him, he draws us because he's so good, right? Mm-hmm. We're created for God. And so whenever we begin to cultivate that relationship with God, we know that we will do anything for the one that we fall in love with. And so, Carson's he's a great seminarian, for our diocese.
That's good, yeah. And so you can learn more about Carson and all the other seminarians. Where can we do that easily? Is the vocations
DIOBR.org/vocations.
Very good. So you can meet the seminarians, learn a little bit about them, and then also see how the vocations office is at work. Yeah. And if you might be experiencing something close to what Carson is, you can reach out to the office, and Father Josh or Father Andrew, I'm sure, will be in touch.
Yeah, totally.
Certainly.
Yeah. Well, the number to call here so that you can be in touch with us is 855-341-5199, 855-341-5199, or ccradio.help. That's the way that you can help us continue to tell these beautiful stories of lives of actual people who are experiencing the work of Jesus Christ in their life. Right. And you can't get that anywhere else. You certainly can't get it on any of the streaming services that you subscribe to. To that depth, I would say.
Yeah, no. And real people is really the key there, I think. These are actual human beings who are going through these stories. Mm-hmm. And they're like us, so to speak. We are normal people, at the end of the day. Yeah. Where it's like we ran from the call too at some points. We had our own setbacks and everything. But ultimately, if you stick with it, God will guide you where you need to go.
That's right.
Normal person or not, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah,
certainly.
You said normal person or not?
Yeah. I can say that most of the priests I know are slightly abnormal. It's just that, but that's what makes us normal.
You have to be a little bit weird.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's what I often say. The Catholics are weird. The faith is weird, because a deep relationship always works in the level of mystery. And mysteries are a little bit weird, They make perfect sense, but only because they don't make sense to you in the moment,
Yeah.
855-341-5199.
But just so we're clear, I prefer the normal guys to call me.
Indeed, yeah. You've been listening to
Father Chris said the weirdos go to Father Josh.
No, they'll call me. That's my gift. Is those who.
So call Father Chris at 855-341-5199.
Exactly. That's the number to call. We've been listening to Carson Mack, who is a seminarian for the Diocese of Baton Rouge, and Father Josh Johnson, my weird brother in Christ.
Yes, I am.
Who is the vocation director for our diocese, as well as the pastor of Sacred Heart Parish. I love very dearly in Baton Rouge. All right, so you know what to do. 855-341-5199. 5199 is the number. What we're looking for this time around are especially those new members of our coffee club. So if you donate $30 a month, you'll get a mug or a tumbler of your choice. You'll get a bag or a box of coffee according to your choice, and you become a sustaining member. If you become a new member, we'll give you one of these beautiful Mother Perpetual Help rosaries. And if you up your membership, say you're already a member, then we'll also give you a rosary as a thank you for increasing your donation by any amount. So those are some easy ways that you can help us. Of course, no dollar amount will be turned away. We're very grateful to all of even the pennies that you give to help us continue to do the work that we do. 855-341-5199 is the number, or ccradio.help. There, of course, is more to come in the next few minutes here. We've got at the 9 o'clock hour.
I'm Ian Malosson with River Road Coffees. We're proud to support Catholic Community Radio across the Gulf South. Our coffee wakes up the staff every morning and keeps them going throughout the day so they can deliver the freshest Catholic content and news to you. You'll also find us at many Catholic Community Radio events. River Road Coffees at your local grocer, or visit riverroadcoffees.com for home delivery.
When do you listen to Catholic Community Media?
I listen every weekday at 7. I love Wake Up.
I wouldn't miss Father John Ricardo at 11.
Oh, I listen to Catholic Answers Live from 5 to 7.
Why do you listen to Catholic Community Media?
I know I can always hear Mass at noon.
When do I not? I listen all day long.
Catholic Community Media, around the clock.
It picks me up and brings me to the Lord.
Oh, I learned so much.
It's food for my soul.
Catholic Community Media. Tune your heart to the truth.
St. Mary's Books and Gifts, the little bookstore with a big heart and a thirsting desire to spread the good news. 225-272-4030. Laura Manderfield Krantz Gifts St. Mary's Books and Gifts is a longtime supporter of Catholic Community Radio. St. Mary's Books and Gifts, located on the corner of Florida and Sherwood Forest Boulevard. 225-272-4030. St. Mary's Books and Gifts.
Make a difference and be a part of our summer online auction.
Just donate an item and you're supporting Catholic Community Media.
Going live online in July, CC Media is hosting our first ever online auction.
But we need your donated items.
Wait, what kind of items?
Well, a prayer kneeler.
How about gift cards?
Or a vacuum sealer.
Vacation vouchers, sports tickets.
Or box seats.
Hey, even gift baskets.
Maybe Catholic retreats.
Hey, maybe somebody has a trip to Europe they'd like to donate.
You know, something like that.
Hey, I got a beautiful painting of Mother Mary.
We'll take it.
Go to ccmedia.live and click on Donate an Item at the top of the homepage. Then in July,
let the bidding begin.
Go to ccmedia.live and donate an item now.
Hey, I've got some unused golf clubs.
Unused? You mean brand new, right?
Lord Wellington Investments is owned by Greg Kennedy, CPA, a longtime friend and supporter of Catholic Community Radio. Lord Wellington Investments serves all of your investment, financial, and tax needs in South Louisiana. From 401k rollovers to financial and tax planning, it's Lord Wellington Investments. Greg Kennedy says, invite others to join you in listening to Catholic Community Radio. Lord Wellington Investments, 225-292-5118.
Tabella is proud to support the Catholic community in Louisiana by providing parishes, ministries, and dioceses free, high-quality communication tools and digital resources. To learn more how Tabella can support your parish, call 225-978-9644. Together, we can bring the world closer to God through His one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. Download the Tabella app for free today at the iTunes Store or on Google Play.
Tabella.
I'm Scott L. Smith, estate planning attorney, and I'm an underwriter of Catholic Community Radio. I help individuals, families, and businesses with estate planning and successions, creating wills, trusts, and powers of attorney, with offices in Baton Rouge and New Roads. I'm a husband, father of 5, Catholic author, and Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus in New Roads. I'm attorney Scott L. Smith. You can reach me at 225-718-5334 and on the web at smithlawfirmla.com.
Louisiana Bar Association ad filing number LA21-12335. Tune your heart to the truth. Catholic Community Radio is 1380 WPYR, 105.9 WPYR-LP, K286CS, 105.1 Baton Rouge.
ccmedia.live.
Welcome back, 855-341-5199. I am David Dawson along with Father Chris Decker. Right now, Josie Duke is joining us. She has joined the party. We are having our pledge drive, our summertime pledge drive. And so you're going to be hearing me give that phone number out a whole lot because we are totally donor supported.
Yep.
And we need you to keep us going. What we're going to be asking for this time, Father Chris has been asking for it all morning long, and I'm going to continue that, is a sustaining donation. And that means anything that you can give if we can just do it monthly. It's so easy for a lot of folks to do. A lot of folks don't even see it, leave their credit card account or however they want to do that. One example is the coffee club. We have a lot of coffee club members, and we have discovered how important that is for us here at Catholic Community Media, because it's $1 a day. It's $30 a month that comes out of the account, and what you will get from us is a beautiful stainless steel tumbler. But at the same time, it's a constant support that you are providing for us. It's something that I know I can count on once a month for when that comes in. It means a lot to us. So we're looking for the easiest way and the most convenient way for folks to give. And so that's what we're pushing this pledge drive. So if all you have to do is go to ccradio.help, ccradio.help, and you will see how easy it is to do. It should take about 30 seconds, maybe, even 30 seconds. Or you can call, because we'd love to talk to you. 855-341-5199. And we have people in the studios right now. They're on the phone. They're having donuts and coffee. They're visiting, and people are coming in and out.
You should mention too, if you happen to be in Baton Rouge, you want to come by the studio.
Come on, that would be great. 11924
Sunray Avenue.
Sunray Avenue. We're close to I-12 off of Sherwood Forest in Baton Rouge. If you want to come by, there's a party going on.
That's right.
And, there is. I was in there a little while ago.
Josie crashed it.
I did.
She's like, hey, can I come? Yes, come on in.
I think the sugar from the donuts will do that.
Hey, we consider Josie a family member. You've been with us for years.
Thank you.
Coming in on summer times because you teach.
I do. I'm a religion teacher at St. George Catholic School here in Baton Rouge, and I'm also an instructor for the Diocese of Baton Rouge, so I have the privilege of teaching the teachers or anyone else who would like to take MAT classes that the Diocese offers to anyone who is interested in learning more about the faith.
So you're
MAT
teaching
is ministry and theology.
Oh, is that it? Ministry and
theology. Correct.
Okay.
Yes, the beautiful people from all walks of life who come in, and we just help them on their journey.
And that might be worthwhile to say. There are so many things that happen under the hood of the diocese, and whenever you give in the offertory every week, you might say, well, where does that go? That goes in part to your parish, but then also some of that goes to the diocese. And one of the things that the diocese does is provides the continuing education for our teachers in Catholic schools and institutions, as well as you say, those who just simply want to learn more, maybe immerse themselves in what it is to become a theological thinker, and then how that plays out into the apostolate of my everyday life, which we could call ministry.
Correct. Yeah, it's truly amazing, and Catholic radio has been such an instrumental part of that, especially in my life. Especially, some people might hear Catholic radio and they might think, okay, well, you just do spiritual stuff all day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I hear.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
But
But if you've ever listened to Catholic radio throughout the day, you also get people like Dr. Greg and Lisa Popchak who do, counseling.
Family life.
Family life. I can't tell you how much I've learned listening to their show and how to deal with people, because unless you're a hermit in the desert, you're going to deal with people, and you need to understand how that works.
We reached out to hermits, but they haven't spoken to us. So.
They haven't gotten back. They haven't gotten back yet. Yeah, we might be waiting a while. But it's history. It's, Al Cresta has got to be one of the best interviewers I have ever heard anywhere, not just on Catholic radio, but anywhere. I have learned so much just listening to the different topics and the guests. And, just Friday, we had the Feast of the Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
And we had that amazing procession. And you guys were there, and you were broadcasting the Mass for those who could not be there, either because they were working or because they're ill and couldn't get there. It is such a gift. It is such a gift. And, people who think, oh, Catholic radio, that's nice. No, it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary, and it has
I would say
helped so many
especially
people.
nowadays too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things that you also get on Catholic radio is rather than watching one of the big networks for your evening news, you can actually get the news with EWTN News Nightly, and you get the Catholic perspective so that you get some formation with your information.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes it's gotten to the point where people, including myself, we can't listen to the news anymore. It's just one prolonged fight after another.
A lot of angry people out there.
A lot of angry, bitter people. And
Yeah.
it's wearying.
It is.
So when
and that's the idea. It's supposed to wear you down.
It's supposed to wear you down, right? And force you to take sides and whatever. And I'm not suggesting that, we don't think.
Yeah.
Because that's what Catholic radio helps you do, but it helps you think as a follower of Christ. So
That's
you
correct.
think differently. So when you hear the news on Catholic radio, you hear things that you're not going to hear on any network news.
Right.
I was hearing, again, because of one of Al Cresta's interviews about the martyrdoms that are happening in China, which intellectually we might know about, but, oh, yes, it's a terrible thing, and then you move on with your life. No,
Right.
these were from people who were there, who were on the ground, who see it, and who are still alive to tell the tale. And many other things that are going on that not only help us intellectually understand the world better and help bring it to us so that we can take it to the Lord in prayer. Lord, what do you want me to do with this? I can't help the people in China. I can't be there. But he can help guide you to know what to do right now in your life to help your brothers and sisters. And Catholic radio is just such an important part of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, Satan wants us to be isolated, and the secular media, secular news wants us to isolate, and whenever you're isolated, you then begin to lash out like a bobcat in the corner. You know?
You do.
And if all you're doing is reacting to everything, then you begin to react to God, you begin to react to your family, you begin to react to your community, and you self-react. You begin to react to yourself. And in psychology, they talk about that negative self-talk. Part of that is me reacting to myself because I've been told by the world around me that I am worthless. I am meant to despair. And that is not the truth. Right. And so what Catholic Community Media helps to do is to remind you that that you're not in the corner and you're actually aimed out at the world. And because you were made by a loving God who allows your heart to beat and gives you breath in your body, you can go out from the corner you were aimed at and be a vessel of hope for others. And part of the work that the Ministry and Theology courses do, part of the work of Catholic Radio, is to give you the reasons for your hope so that you can provide a witness.
Of course, absolutely.
You know?
It is so important. And, if you want to be a witness, please call 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. And Dave has a beautiful rosary right here.
I do. These are beautiful rosary. What color would you say those beads are?
I believe Gabby said it is like a blue-green
metallic
iridescent.
Iridescent. Yeah, they are gorgeous, and it is Our Lady in the centerpiece, Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Okay, these are for any sustaining donors.
That's correct.
Anybody who says, I want to give monthly.
Yeah, if you're a new monthly donor, and you donate for $30 a month, you become a member of the Coffee Club, but you also get this rosary. And if you are already a member of our Coffee Club and you increased your donation by any amount, could be $1, could be $5, could be $1,000,
I'll take $1,000.
then we'll also give you that rosary as well. It's a nice little reminder of the works that you have helped to bring about and that you can then pray for as well. Because, money's one thing, We have to have those temporal realities to work. But of course, both Josie and Dave and I can attest to the fact that the only reason we're here is because we've been held up by your prayers.
Absolutely.
And our Lord and the Blessed Mother want this to exist. And so all of those things work together in this great economy of faith.
Absolutely.
The rosary itself is beautiful. I'm looking at the Our Father beads, I guess what you'd call it, by the end of the decades and everything, and they're capped. You see those beautiful
they are. They
caps
have
on
that
those
little...
This is quite the fancy rosary. It is beautiful, and it can be yours. So 855-341-5199 is the number to call, or ccradio.help is even easier. So, and look, if you say, look, I just want to give an amount. I just want to give $50. That's it. Fine. I mean, please, by all means, we're not going to turn that down. Nope. You know, we were just campaigning, if you will, for the sustaining ones. But any donation you can give is so important. I heard a very beautiful phrase, guys, the other day, and it was a bishop that had stated, "Look, I just fill the water jars." And that's what I think we do here at Catholic Community Media. I just think I just thought that was so beautiful. It's like we just push the buttons. We get these wonderful people on the air. We get this great message out, you know. And people like Josie, we need to give you a microphone because of the knowledge that you have, the wisdom that you have about your Catholic faith and everything. That needs to be shared out there.
Yes, and I'm not the only one. So that's the beauty of that's the beauty of Catholic radio. Reach so many people at any given moment, and we've got new listeners coming on, and people who may not be familiar. We have Protestant brothers and sisters or non-Christian brothers and sisters of ours who are like, well, what is this? They might come across it accidentally. Yep. And would it not be for the existence of Catholic radio, they wouldn't get the message at all.
That's right.
Because these are people we would probably never meet in our everyday lives at all. So,
and I will tell you, Archbishop Sheen was correct, right? That there are not more than 100 people that actually hate the Catholic Church, but there are millions who hate what they think the Catholic Church is. And just going on Twitter for a little while, and you see all of the misinformation. And this is a way not just to correct the misinformation, but to encounter the Lord, who is the author of truth.
Right, absolutely.
Because he is truth.
Correct, and it's a way to, again, refill your jar.
Yeah.
You're bombarded with social media, and not that social media is bad in and of itself, because the Catholic Church uses social media, right? I mean, so social media, we have to be there. We have to have a presence. So, I teach my students all the time. It's not that all social media is evil. It's how you use it. Well, where are you going? Are you going to these websites that confuse you about the fact that you're a child of God at all? Or are you going to those places that affirm you as a child of God, beloved by him, a beloved son or daughter? Where else are you going to get that message? Not everybody is saying that out loud. They might be thinking it. Yeah. Even in families, oh, well, my child knows that. Are you sure?
Right, yeah.
Are you sure? Because some of the conversations I've had with, 12 and 13-year-olds.
That's true. You're hearing it.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to talk about you teaching when we come back.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. 855-341-5199. This is our first day of our summer pledge drive. Please donate. We need anything that we can get from you.
Programming on Catholic Community Media is underwritten by Alexander's Market in Baton Rouge. After years of research, the Alexander family discovered Creekstone Farms of Kansas, focusing on strict Black Angus genetic specifications, certified humane animal handling practices, and refined feeding techniques. Creekstone Farms Premium Black Angus Beef, only at Alexander's Market, Baton Rouge, Geismar, Santa Ma, and Gonzales.
For more than 150 years, St. Vincent de Paul has served the capital city, caring for the poor, feeding the hungry, and housing moms and children. St. Vincent de Paul accepts donations of cars, trucks, and SUVs, motorhomes and campers, even motorcycles and boats. Proceeds benefit the poor and homeless, served by the Bishop Ott Shelter, the St. Vincent de Paul Dining Room, Pharmacy, and Miriam's House. St. Vincent de Paul, 225-383-7837.
Are you having an issue with ants, roaches, or any other bugs? Have you experienced untrained technicians that show up and don't kill bugs? What if there were a company that provided highly trained technicians known as bug-killing ninjas? Wouldn't it be nice to hire a company that has a guarantee, provides the first service free, and supports Catholic charities? Bug Ninja is the answer. 225-414-2020 or at bugninjapestcontrol.com. Bug Ninja guarantees to take care of your bug issues. So if you're ready for a bug-free home or business, it's Bug Ninja. Highly trained ninjas in the art of killing bugs. For a free one-time service, it's bugninjapestcontrol.com or 225-414-2020. Bug Ninja serves New Orleans, the North Shore, and Baton Rouge. So for a free one-time service, it's bugninjapestcontrol.com or 225-414-2020.
Get better sleep with a new mattress from Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet, a proud supporter of Catholic Community Radio, providing a selection of brand name mattresses, adjustable bed frames, and Maloof pillows and sheets. Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet, 225-930-5779, 4065 Florida Boulevard, and Jefferson at Hushitu Road. Open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, noon to 4 on Sundays. See Mitch and the gang at Baton Rouge Mattress Outlet.
Listen in, Brewley.
Listen in, Denham Springs.
Listen in, Baton Rouge.
Hear WPYR on FM 105.1 downtown.
105.9 in Baton Rouge East.
Or tune in to 1380 AM all over the capital area.
And listen anywhere in the world on your smartphone with the free Catholic Community Radio app, in the App Store or on Google Play.
24/7 and always clear.
ccradio.live.
Hi there, welcome back to We're Pointing
Who's
at
on
Each
camera
Other.
now?
I'm Father Chris Decker. I'm pointing at myself because I'm me. And I am joined by David Dawson and Josie Duke. We were talking before the break a little bit about Josie's work with the ministry and theology courses, but also you teach as a teacher in one of our Catholic schools.
I do. I'm a 6th and 7th grade religion teacher at St. George. I have just completed my 8th year there. I was at St. Jean Vianney previously to coming on to St. George, and I love what I do.
That's such an important age that you teach.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because people, when it comes to middle school, especially 7th graders, because they're in that sweet spot of, I don't know what my body's doing, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going crazy.
I'm going a little crazy. You either love it or you're like, no, I'm going to teach kindergarten with the babies. And those of us who are in middle school are like, God bless you, we can't possibly do that.
Yeah, right.
I've raised my own children, I can't do this again.
You have to be disposed to the ages you teach, that's
correct,
for sure.
Absolutely, and I absolutely love it because I can really start getting into some of the weightier theological issues with 7th graders, especially as they start to move into 8th grade. It's like, all right, let's get down to some of this stuff.
And what do they grasp at that age? Do you know what I mean? I mean, what level can you do without being over their heads?
More than people think.
Really?
More than people think. They
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, they are
middle schoolers.
They are so
they've
hungry.
had to grow up so quick.
Yes.
That sadly their innocence has left them earlier, and so they can get some of these concepts.
They're not just hungry for it; they're thirsty for it, and you can see it in their faces.
Wow.
You can see it in their eyes. It's like, yeah, I get it, and I want to get it. Some of them are a little bit slower to come on board because for some of them they're a little too distracted. You know, what's for lunch and when is recess?
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. That's just part of the age, you know, and every teacher deals with that. That's nothing unusual. But you know, in the second semester is when I really start, you know, putting my hands together, and it's like, all right, Lord,
because
it's
they've
you
already
and me.
gotten into the routine, if you will, and know.
They know.
trust the person informing them, right? That's the other thing.
You know, that is so very important. They know, or they should know, that every teacher who's in front of them will give them the truth. Even if you're the math teacher, you know, if you're the math teacher, the science teacher, you know, there's a saying in Catholic schools that every teacher is a religion teacher. Now, granted, you know, you might not be able to address as a math teacher everything that the religion teachers can.
Yeah, but still.
But you can do your part. You can ground it in your own Catholic faith, and then say, okay, but you know what? If you need some more information, you'll get it in religion class. Ask Miss Duke, and they do.
Oh, okay.
Which is why, you know, Catholic radio is so important to me. Adoration is so important to me.
Yeah.
Father Chris, I have a confession. I too am a bibliophile. So,
yeah, it's
books.
endemic, unfortunately, for those who love the truth.
Yeah, they just keep coming. I don't understand. So,
Oh, well.
Yeah.
In fact, I just bought from Ascension Press I'm Not Being Fed, which is Jeff Cavins' newest book on just these little tenets of the faith of how to say, okay, well, if I'm not being fed, whose fault is it? You know? And so he's outlining some of those sources that we can seek if we feel like we're not being fed. Really good stuff.
There's an end run is what you're talking about.
Because that's what I say, where people disengage from the faith. They say, well, I wasn't being fed. Oh, no. You weren't coming to be fed.
Right.
You know?
You were standing in front of the table and refused to eat.
Yeah.
What getting back to, you said 7th and 8th grade or 6th and 7th? 6th and 7th grade. What are you teaching them? Is it like apologetics type, or is it theology, or where do you? What is the correct? Yeah. Okay.
In 6th grade, we covered the Old Testament, and I spent a great deal of time in Genesis 1, 2, and 3, because Genesis is my favorite book of the Bible, and I really break it down for them. It's like, you need to understand the truth of where all of this came from, why we have to suffer for original sin, why, because it's one thing to teach the what. And that's very important. But if you don't know the why behind it, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It just becomes another set of stories, and why should I believe this set of stories versus Hindu's set of stories or Buddhist stories or any stories? It's like, no, you have to understand the source. And the source is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. The source is the Blessed Trinity. That is what makes us different. We are unlike any other people in the world, and we have a responsibility by virtue of our baptism, Catholic or not,
that's right.
by virtue of our baptism, to spread the Word of God, to spread the love of Jesus. And, things like Catholic radio, Catholic media are so important to that end, because I'm going to be honest with you, there are days, and we all have them, where you get in the car and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what you want from me anymore.
I'm checking out.
I need to get to adoration, and I flip on Catholic radio. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good now.
That's right.
I'm good.
It just kind of has to rewire you a little bit. That's what we do.
You reorient yourself a little bit and understand that you are merely one arrow in His quiver.
So if you'd like to donate to the Reset, 855-341-5199. We'd love to hear those phones ring. 855-341-5199. Or you probably got your toes in the sand somewhere. Just go ahead to ccradio.help. ccradio.help. You can do that by poolside. It is so easy to do. What we're asking for is a sustaining donation during this pledge drive. Doesn't matter how much. It could be $5. It could be $1,000. But if somebody says, hey, I just want to donate this amount per month, this really helps us. And for a lot of folks, it's really easy on them as well, because it's like $30 out of some folks' budget. They don't even see it.
I was gonna say, think about what you spend $30 a month on a month.
My
For me,
goodness.
it's books, probably for Josie at least, right? Yeah.
It's not a tank of gas.
No, that's for sure.
It used to be a couple of them back in my day, but it's now it's not even a tank of gas. So take shortcuts, I guess.
Yeah, and I think one of the things in the world today is we subscribe to those things that we believe in, those things that help to shore up our identity as we see it. That's really what subscriptions are all about nowadays.
Yes.
And so if we're an important part of helping to form who you are, then 855-341-5199 is the number. Subscribe to these things that are important to your life.
And consider it a tithe.
Yeah.
It is a tithe.
It really is.
Right.
And you've heard me say it before, that whenever somebody's supporting Catholic radio, I say this to you, my parishioners in New Roads, like this is a part of what you give back to the church, and I certainly count that. Our parish churches, have to have money to operate, but these apostolates do as well. And so if you've only got so many pennies you can split up so many ways, Catholic Community Media is one of those ways that you can do it, and it counts, if you will, in what you're returning back to the Lord for the goodness that He has done for you, and that's very real.
You did bring up another point that I forgot to mention. We're not supported by the diocese or the archdiocese or any of the dioceses in Louisiana or Mississippi.
Work that we do.
We support them.
Yeah, but financially, we are completely lay operated and donor funded.
That's it.
We don't receive any subsidies from anybody except you.
So we're begging.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's a beg.
855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. We're joined by Josie Duke. Josie, we were just talking about what you were teaching the kids in religion class, and you were talking about the Old Testament. And I heard it said that, I love that quote, that the Old Testament is like the unfinished symphony. And I thought that was so beautiful. And you're right, so much of the puzzle pieces are from Genesis alone that have been put together
Truly.
in the New Testament.
Just kind of get recapitulated, right? Reintroduced throughout all the other books.
Correct.
Of the Old
And it
Testament.
happens in 7th grade. I tell them in 6th grade, you cannot forget this because it's like mathematics. It builds from one year to the next. So, and in 7th grade, in the second semester, we cover theology of the body for middle school.
Wow, great.
And we go right back to Genesis where it all started. It's
Yes.
like you need to understand how this colors how you see yourself as a child of God, as male, as female. What is a person? And that leads into my unit on the 5th commandment in the 4th quarter, where we deal with all of it. Abortion, murder versus self-defense. We discuss the just war doctrine. We discuss the principle of double effect and how that, can possibly mitigate some of these decisions that people have to make. We talk about end-of-life issues and euthanasia. And when you say, wow, that's really heavy for 7th grade, and they get it.
Well, it's right there in front of them anyway.
Take that into high school when life gets even more real.
Correct. And that's my goal, is to prepare them so that when they get to high school and they are in such a much more, a much bigger environment.
Yeah.
And they come across people who may or may not even be practicing their faith because their parents may not be practicing. They are the ones who can interject and say, well, that's not exactly correct. Here's what the church really teaches. That is my hope. Of course, it's not resting on me. I have to go to the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm asking Our Lady, and I hear, the Chaplet of Divine Mercy prayed every afternoon at 3:00 on Catholic Community Radio, and it's just such a breath of fresh air. It's like, all right, Lord, I need to reset. All right, what do you want me to do now? And that's true of all of us, not just the teachers, but.
Well, our Lord himself said it, right? Come away with me for a while and rest yourselves. That is the only way that you'll be able to go back into the onslaught of those who are looking for God. That's the only way. And so we can provide that rest, which we do every day in our liturgical services and devotional activities, but also in the formation you're getting with the information, as we say. 855-341-5199 is the number, or ccradio.help.
ccradio.help, indeed. It's so easy to do, and that's what we made it. We didn't make it to where you're going to have to fill out like a tax form when you go online. Okay, it's very, very simple to get to. Yep. Josie, thank you for all that you have done for us at Catholic Community Media, and joining us during the summer. I love having you on.
Thank you.
On Wake Up, and all that you lend to it and everything. And above all, what's important is your knowledge. I mean, the courses and everything that you had. I remember witnessing that you were constantly at Notre Dame and constantly being fed down there.
I tell you, it was just a blessing. I cannot tell you. I can't even begin to tell you. But yes, God is good.
Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you for having me.
Overflowing. So 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. We are looking for your contributions. We will be right back. God bless.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Were you aware that CC Media has bumper stickers and prayer cards? Visit ccmedia.live and click on Become an Ambassador, and we'll mail them to you. Just go to ccmedia.live.
If you're looking for that special and unique gift, be it rosaries, statues, handcrafted art, or jewelry, stop by the Shepherd Staff Gift Shop at Sister Dulcie's Ministry, located on the grounds of Cypress Springs Mercedarian Prayer Center, 17560 George O'Neill Road. Remember, when you shop at the Shepherd Staff Gift Shop, you're shopping with a purpose. Shepherd Staff Gift Shop is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Every city has a great donut shop, and The Heavenly Donut is a Baton Rouge favorite. Early every morning, Shane and Kara Castile begin making fresh homemade donuts, kolaches, and dozens of other tasty delights that will surely put a smile on your face. If you're in the mood for a king cake, the Heavenly Donut can customize one for you year-round. So don't worry, The Heavenly Donut has you covered. The Heavenly Donut, I-10 at Highland Road in Baton Rouge.
Hello, everybody. This is Coach Paul Maneri, former baseball coach of the LSU Fighting Tigers. I would like to talk to you for a few seconds today about a very important aspect of our lives here in South Louisiana, and that is our Catholic faith, and more specifically, our Catholic community media. Why is Catholic media so important to us all? It allows us to continue to grow in our Catholic faith by listening to experts and those that can give their testimonials. But Catholic media cannot run without funding. So I'm going to ask you all today to look into your hearts and contribute, as I have done, to Catholic community media. It's a wonderful part of our community in South Louisiana, and I encourage you all to be generous so that this wonderful aspect of our lives can continue. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gabby Smith, co-host and producer of Wake Up, and CC Media's news and social media director. I'm also a Catholic wife and mom. With parental concerns about our children's screen time, social connections, and the type of information they receive, it's very important that you know we at CC Media scrutinize every post with the Catechism as our guide. During this pledge drive, go to ccradio.help and join us with your prayerful and financial support so we can continue to tune your heart to the truth. Donate now at ccradio.help.
Delivering customized services while developing lasting client relationships is what sets Olent Group One Solution apart. As an independently owned agency for over 25 years, the foundation of Olent Group's success is the commitment to help individuals and businesses maximize and protect their economic potential by providing personal attention, quality products, and superior services. Olent Group offers employee benefit consulting, financial services, property and casualty, and specialized insurance for emergency services. Visit olentgroup.com and see how our family protects yours. Olent Group, one solution, helping address your needs today and for many years to come.
Securities offered through Calton & Associates Incorporated. Member FINRA SIPC. OSJ 2701 North Rocky Point Drive, Suite 1000, Tampa, Florida 33607. 813-264-0440. Olent Group, Olent Financial Group, Nassau Olent Benefits Consulting, Olent Porsche Insurance are not owned or controlled by Calton & Associates Incorporated.
True Blue Water is a proud supporter of Catholic Community Radio. True Blue Water serves East and West Baton Rouge, Livingston, Ascension, and Iberville parishes, delivering artesian, fluoride, and filtered water to your home or work. Remember the spelling of True Blue, T-R-U-B-L-U-E, True Blue Water. For information, visit True Blue Water online at trubluewater.com or 225-313-1299.
St. Joseph Abbey Caskets and Cemetery, just north of Covington, are builders of handcrafted mahogany and cypress caskets and beautifully constructed cremation urns, which can be delivered to the funeral home of your choice. Situated on the peaceful and picturesque Abbey grounds, the Abbey Cemetery offers burial and pre-planning options for cemetery plots and columbariums. Visit stjosephabbey.com to make an appointment. Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Looking for Catholic content on the go? Then get our free app for our radio stations. Listen 24 hours a day, anywhere in your world. Search for Catholic Community Radio in the App Store or Google Play.
What a lovely day to serve our Lord and our Blessed Mother. Hey, I'm Jeff Blackwell in on this summer pledge drive. Father Chris Decker is in the studio. We're going to get right back to our guests for the rest of the hour here, Jason Angelette and, of course, Lisa Flood. You know her, you love her. We can't live without her.
her prayers especially. Thank you, Lisa, and y'all for being here. A quick thank you, though, Father, to our food sponsors. We've got The Heavenly Donut, who provides the goodies, and in fact, they have we've got donuts this morning. I think tomorrow is going to be like kolaches, and then biscuits and sausage on Thursday. Oh yes, they do such a wonderful job over there. Also, our friends at True Blue Water provide the bottled water for our guests and the staff, and then River Road Coffees. We can't forget those guys, Ian Molasso and the wonderful folks at River Road Coffees, and the delicious coffee they not only provide to us, but will provide to you if you become a Coffee Club member.
They're the official coffee of St. Mary of Falls River New Roads, I'll tell you that.
Very good to hear. And one more thing. We've got to mention that Alexander's Market is providing sandwich trays for the volunteers who are here to take your phone calls. And then we got to say a big thank you to Teresa Morales, member of St. John in Prairieville. She baked up some zucchini bread and brought it by. Thank you, Teresa. We thank you for your love and your prayers.
She's one of our super fans, I think.
She really
for
is.
Sure. And I was going to say about River Road Coffees, I don't know what they have in the coffee, but it has natural decrusting agent for the eye. You know,
that's
actually,
good
it helps me out in the morning to kind of open my eyes. Yeah. All right. We are in the studio. This is day one of our pledge drive for the summertime. 855-341-5199 or ccradio.help. We are joined in studio by folks that you see if you're in the New Orleans area, most especially on WLAE. But we're always happy to have your voices on Catholic Community Media too. That's Jason Angelette and Lisa Flood. And you have a program, right? Faith and Marriage Today. Has that been running for a while?
It has. You know, back in the day, it was Faith and Marriage Today. That was with the Archdiocese, Sarah McDonald, Sarah Comiskey. We were working on that together, and then cutbacks to the Archdiocese, and things needed to shut down. And we still had the studio, obviously, because Willwoods Community is a Catholic nonprofit, and underneath the umbrella, for those, I'm waving my hands like an umbrella. This is radio.
You're Italian, Jason. You talk with your hands like me.
I saw the umbrella.
So the umbrella was there. For those who are not watching this online. But anyway, so underneath the umbrella is Willwoods Community Faith and Marriage, Affordable Housing, and WLAE TV. So we have WLAE TV, and we're like, well, we got the TV station, so let's try to do something. And we tried to get that moving, and Dr. Mario and I were working with that together, and then Dr. Mario moved to North Carolina, and really it was a no-brainer. I was talking to Ron, I said, hey, look, I'm thinking about, I'm putting back on the show, but I'd like to add on. And then we were both, I think at the same time, like Lisa Flood, and just jumping in, and she's been a blessing for us ever since.
So fun being with you. We really have a blast, and we're hitting on all different topics of marriage and family life, and it's fun.
Yeah. We got to go to LSU recently and got to sit down on campus and talk about what's going on over there, which is just, there's so many amazing things. This always goes back to when I was teaching at Hannon High School after Katrina. And I remember one of the girls was like, she said something in the class like, I wish the church would do more. And I'm like, the church is doing amazing things. But the problem is that the message isn't getting out to the things that we have, what we're offering, the opportunities that are available, people who want to help, that can get involved, people who have resources to support. So that's why I love Catholic Community Radio. I love the TV station Issues in Faith and Faith and Marriage Today now, to be able to tell the world, look, we're moving, we're active, we're involved, we've got a lot of stuff out there for you to do.
There's so many things that the church does silently, right? If you look at the contemplative life of the church, there are monks and religious sisters that you will never meet, and they are actively praying for you right now.
They are firing missiles for us.
They have
from their
the artillery, right? But then there are also the things on the other side of the cloister that the church is doing. And this is exactly that. Not just the work that the ministers of the church are doing, but you every day making holy the mundane, making holy the everyday, and these apostolates like the Willwoods Community and the work that you do. Because it's important to see what's happening in the world. Because, you can always, it's no surprise that the name of your program and the focus is Faith and Marriage Today, because you can always tell the area that you must focus on by the way the world looks at it.
Right.
And both faith and marriage are looked at on the world askance. Like whatever you don't want that, And so to be able to tell the good news about faith and marriage is so important. 855, by the way, 855-341-5199 is the number, or ccradio.help, 855-341-5199. We're asking that you would consider becoming a sustaining member of Catholic Community Radio. And the best way to do that is by joining our coffee club at $30 a month. And you get a mug or a tumbler or a bag or a box of coffee. And that will actually help you not only to wake up, but to continue to support our mission. So, Lisa, you've been a long friend of Catholic Community Media as well. And so tell us a little bit about how you got into Faith and Marriage Today.
Well, I'm going to rewind even a little bit. When I showed up, Father Josh was here. The whole way I got involved with Catholic Community Radio, with Catholic Community Media was, okay, Father Josh and I hosted Focus Catholic TV program for more than a decade, each of us separately. But one day, the Holy Spirit put on my heart, call Father Josh right now. We're dear friends. I didn't know why I was calling him, but he answered the phone. Lisa Flood, I cannot believe you're calling me right now. He said, I'm sitting here with David Dawson. We were just talking about you. You need to come, be a guest on Catholic Community Radio. So he put me on the phone with David. I came, I did a show. And before I knew it, I was co-hosting. And here we are. And then that went on, and that show went on for a while. And then Susie McKenzie joined us. We did another show. And then on and on and on. I think that went on for 8 years. And then Jason, you and I have been friends for years. I will never forget this fun fact. When we were talking about and praying about starting Catholic Community Radio in New Orleans, you called me one day. I remember, I'll never forget. I'm at my house. It's early in the morning. You were on the causeway, and you said, Lisa, we need Catholic radio. He said, I'm just listening to talk radio right now, and everything they're saying about the Catholic Church is a lie. It's not right. We need Catholic radio. I can't take it. And here we are. So we are having a blast doing Faith and Marriage Today together.
It's such a gift and such a blessing. And so that's, again, why we're here and why I always, anytime Catholic Community Media wants to do a fundraiser, I want to support in any way I can, because this is such a great apostolate, to get the word out, to have the conversations, to hear the stories, to allow the church to speak, and allow the witnesses to be heard. So praise God. So again, for those listening, if you can't get to the phone right now, just, I don't know, pull over the side of the road, get a cup of coffee, and then while you're waiting for the coffee to brew, you can call 855-341-5199, or you can on your phone, you can go on the phone and go on one of your search engines, Safari perhaps, or Chrome, and go to ccradio.help and support this great work.
That's right, and I have it on good authority. You can even go to ccmedia.help too. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Jeff. We've got that there for you too. So CC Media or CC Radio to help. Yeah, we've made it so easy that, and it's because we're that desperate too to have your help. No
excuses.
No, none whatsoever. And I think that's one of the things that I've always appreciated about so many apostolates like this one, is that they don't exist unless you help them exist. We are 100% donor funded.
Well, and I think something that must be underscored is how this ministry and Faith and Marriage Today both help to empower the lay people.
Absolutely.
Right? Our priests, you need us on fire for the faith, don't you?
Well, that was so a couple of hours ago, Father Braxton Nikes, who's the vocation director for Biloxi, turned me on to vocationsministry.com, and they have done 700 man-hours of study of vocations throughout the entire United States. And they give a ratio of priests to faithful. In the Diocese of Baton Rouge, that ratio is 1 priest for every 2,888 people.
Wow.
So if you think that I want you, the laity, to be involved in broadcasting the gospel, I absolutely need it. Because if I'm going to minister to 2,888 people, then I'm going to need somebody to help get them to me.
Right.
And I only have 15 minutes, if I'm feeling wordy, to get to you every Sunday. And I'll tell you, we do need your help. 855-341-5199 is the number. Stick with us. We will be right back with more.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Want to find out what's going on in the church community? Go to ccmedia.live and click on Events and News. Then click Community Events for our calendar. Just visit ccmedia.live.
This is Chef John Falls inviting you to think outside of the box at White Oak Estate and Gardens. Meet and our gardens are under the outdoor pavilion where delicious food is commonplace. Strategize adjacent to a trickling stream while enjoying breakfast or lunch. Oh yes, we do parties and weddings, but we'd love to earn your weekly business too. White Oak Estate and Gardens, 751-1882, located on George O'Neill Road, right next to Cypress Springs Mercedarian Prayer Center.
Hi, it's Father Chris Decker. Join me September 19th through the 30th for a pilgrimage to the best shrines of France. If you've ever wanted to see where Louisiana finds its roots in culture and Catholic spirituality, then look no further than this journey. On our pilgrimage, you'll see magnificent shrines and churches visiting Lourdes, Lisieux, Normandy, Chartres, Nevers, Paray-le-Monial, and of course, Paris. Not only will we have Mass every day in each of these sites, but you'll also get to walk in the footsteps of so many saints that we know so well in the Gulf South. We'll visit the American Cemetery near the D-Day landing site and Mont Saint-Michel, a great monastery often called the wonder of the Western world. There's even an optional add-on for a few days in Rome at the end of the trip. Breakfast and dinner are included each day, as is an air-conditioned motor coach, a local tour escort, and guide for each location. The window for booking is closing soon, and prices for double occupancy leaving New Orleans start at just $54.50 a person. Why wait for a trip to France when we've done all the planning for you? Join us today. Go to france.ccradio.live to reserve your spot. That's france.ccradio.live. A bientôt.
Catholic Art and Gifts, 6184 Florida Boulevard, is a proud sponsor of Catholic Community Radio. Catholic Art and Gifts has sacramental items as well as supplies for church and clergy. Catholic Art and Gifts also stocks the latest books from Catholic authors, plus children's books, baby items, and gifts for all occasions. You'll always receive a warm, heartfelt welcome from the staff. Catholic Art and Gifts, 6184 Florida Boulevard, 225-926-1216. On the web at Zieglers.com.
This is a Catholic Community Media call to action. Do you belong to a prayer group, Knights of Columbus, or Ladies Auxiliary? We need your help to spread the word about Catholic media. Become an ambassador for CC Media, and we'll send you pamphlets, window stickers, prayer cards, and everything you need to help.
Tune your heart to the truth.
Go to ccmedia.live and click on Become an Ambassador. This way, we evangelize together.
Here's a CC Media Did You Know?
Want to follow us on Facebook? You can watch live video and get push notifications by liking us on Facebook. Search for Catholic Community Media and visit us online at ccmedia.live.
Alrighty, welcome back to this our third hour of the first day of our pledge drive. I'm Father Chris Decker. Freshly kind of declogged my throat there. It happens on live radio, and we're with Jason Angelette and Lisa Flood. And they work with the Willwoods community and WLAE TV and in Faith and Marriage work for a program, in addition to all the other stuff you do, Faith and Marriage Today. And now, I would imagine that you don't have to be sitting in front of WLAE's broadcast signal to get that, but you can
Correct.
get that in all the other ways too.
Right, our YouTube channel, you can see all of our past episodes, but or you can go on our online at WLAE and check that out as well.
Awesome, yeah. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about, why we rebranded as Catholic Community Media, is that radio, television, those are important spokes in the core that is content creation. That's right. And I don't know would you agree that there is a great hunger for content that feeds and not just, the junk food that is so much content?
Absolutely. People are hungry. And I would say, I think people are looking for resources. Like, they may not know what is the source of the problem, but as this is why lay people are so important. As people are on fire and then are witnesses, then other people are like, okay, what are you drinking? What is different about you?
Right, and I think sometimes we think that, and retreats are important because retreats give us the mountaintop experience so that we can go to Jerusalem, you know?
Yeah.
But I think good Catholic media can do the same thing, because if you actually get a small sip of that one component that your heart has been missing in the midst of Catholic media, then you get like a little mini mountaintop experience, right?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean we're hungry for food, and so we go if our diet is off, we're going to feel the effects of that. We're going to feel lethargic. We're going to feel just not healthy. It's just we know the difference when we're eating healthy, and we know the difference when we're not. And so I feel like that's the same thing. We need to take in this proper information, like good
spiritual diet.
Spiritual diet. What's our diet? If we're surrounded by the news so much, I think that kind of builds a lot of anxiety. I'm just thinking about when we were. I thought of just Katrina recently. And when we were evacuated to Houston, I remember just sitting in front of the television, just watching the news cycle repeat itself over and over again, thinking that we could just get more information about what's going on, what's happening, just built so much more anxiety and frustration. And I feel like that's what I think we can easily consume. We can easily be consumed by so much of the false media, the stuff that really is not really benefiting our souls, and then we wonder why do I feel this way?
Right.
And it's interesting that I found that it works the other way around. There are times where I'm preparing a homily, and the gospel is different this week, but I end up with a lot of the same themes that have been developed, and I'm thinking, am I just saying the same thing over and over again? And yet, that's the nature of the gospel. That the gospel, in repeating that which is true, you then go into a deeper level of understanding of that which is true. And so I do say the same thing over and over. I call people to the sacrament of reconciliation. I call them the sacraments of the church. I call them to be strengthened by that. But it's almost as if from week to week, this is assuming we're not going to daily mass, which if you can, you should. It's from week to week, we may hear the same thing, but we forget so easily. We are miniature Israel every week, We step away from the mountain for a minute and we forget that God's there,
Yes.
And so being fed by that constant diet of that which is nourishing, But there are often those that say, like, gee, how did you get healthy? And you say, oh, well, chicken and broccoli, that's what they always. But the thing about it is, once you find something that is nutritious, you then know the variations on the theme,
right?
And it's the same thing with your spiritual life, and that's, I would imagine, what programs like this do. Gee, I'm married, so now what?
Yeah, it's staying connected. I mean, we want to just kind of almost get like a quick charge and roll off and do whatever we want to do. It's like, no, we need to be in abiding presence with the Lord, and in His truth, and being surrounded by good people, good community, good fellowship, and good content.
That's right, yeah. And I think that's, I don't know really, but I suppose my experience as a priest is that there are those who, once they are married, they still wish to live as if they are not.
Yeah, that's
maybe it's a Generation X and a millennial thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's this nature of, if I pour myself completely into my spouse, will I still exist?
Yeah.
And one of the things that we learn, especially in the theology of the body, is in that self-gift, giving completely and freely of myself to my spouse, I actually discover who I am.
Yeah, man cannot find himself unless he makes a sincere gift of self, right? That's one of John Paul II. He quoted that from Gaudium et Spes over and over again in his writings. And that's something that we need to be reminded of. It's so easy for us to focus on ourselves. It's almost like, concupiscence, right? Like this kind of this draw onto self. We have this like gravity on this earth. There's this natural almost draw that we kind of want to turn into ourselves. And we always got to be reminded, like, no, it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about the love that you're called to, the sacrifice that's being asked of you right now. But it's so, if we're just surrounding ourselves with the mixed message, the false, the gospel, right, then we're going to easily convince ourselves even further to stay closer to ourselves and then try to avoid everybody else.
That's right. And of course, Gaudium et Spes again, it is Jesus Christ who reveals man to himself. It is Jesus Christ who tells us, who shows us who we truly are, because he was willing to give so freely of himself. And that is the great work of what we do, is to remind day in and day out that how am I getting up today and allowing myself to be given to the Lord so that I can give myself to others.
Father Chris, I think apostolates like Catholic Community Media and Faith and Marriage Today and Willwoods and all that we're doing, there is a goal for us to live a life of prayer. Yeah. Prayer is not just like 10 minutes or 30 minutes.
It's not a tack on.
It is this, but these apostolates, the Catholic media help us.
Yeah.
I listen to Catholic media when I'm working out at the gym. Like, I am praying.
That's right.
While I am getting physically fit. And that's just a gift. We are blessed.
For the first time in my life, I got pneumonia a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
And I had to have an inhaler. And I mean, my lungs work, but I have to have whatever that medicine is in the inhaler to open up my lungs. Right. And I think that Catholic media is actually, it's kind of that inhaler. Our lungs are going to work as long as we're breathing, but they get so gunked up by the stuff that we take in. And so in order to lift our mind and heart to God, which is the classical definition of prayer, we have to have the medicine. The medicine is the sacraments, but part of that is the medicine of having the gospel pour into those spiritual lungs. So that's part of the work that we're doing.
I think about using the analogy of surrounding yourself with a good diet, surrounding yourself with good content. It's like surrounding yourself with good friends too. Yeah. Like if I'm surrounding myself with friends that are just pulling me away from the man that I'm called to be, the father that I'm called to be. If my friends are pulling me away from my relationship with God, then those aren't good friends. That's not a healthy relationship, and it's going to have an effect on my life. And so if I'm constantly surrounding myself with bad media, bad content, then it's going to have an effect on my life. I can't just enter into that space and feel like I've got this force field around me. So all the more reason why we need to support great apostolates like Catholic Community Media and the work that we're trying to promote with Faith and Marriage Today with the Willwoods Apostolate. So, but for right now, for sure, for this drive time right now, right? This summer pledge drive. Let's pick up the phones, 855-341-5199, or go to ccradio.help.
That's right. That's the way to do it, and it's easy to do. You know, I didn't get a chance to thank Dana Butera last hour for the matching hour. This is actually a matching hour for $250 this hour. Sean Peretti, in honor of Andy Versevelt, they actually made a matching hour for this hour. So every dollar you give up to $250 gets doubled. 855-341-5199. 855-341-5199 is the number. It's day one of our pledge drive. You can still call in. We're about to go back to programming here shortly, but please do, and whatever you do, whatever amount you give, know that it's going to be well used. 855-341-5199. All righty. So Jason Angelette, Lisa Flood, good to visit with you and to see the good work that you're doing there in the Archdiocese and beyond, because that's the way media works nowadays.
Yeah,
you might have a place where you're physically sitting, but it can go across the earth, just like the apostles did. It's really, that's why we call them apostolates, right? Because they go out. Yeah. And thank you for going out to be with us today for day one of our pledge drive. 855-341-5199. There'll be more coming up tomorrow, but don't stop calling and don't stop listening to Catholic Community Media. I'm Father Chris Decker. We've got the cast of thousands behind you that are listening. Jeff Blackwell is in the chair there. And then, of course, we also have Kieran, who is running our video. All these things are conspiring to bring you the gospel.
The good news.
That's exactly
Amen.
Right. All right, Jeff.
Yeah, well, take a breath there just a second, because we only have about a minute. But can you, Lisa, because you say it so wonderfully, that phone number for people to call, because we have volunteers ready to take the call.
Sure. Give us a call at 855-341-5199, or you can donate online at ccradio.help. And if you have not become a Coffee Club member, we strongly encourage you to consider doing that now. For new Coffee Club members, we're holding this beautiful weapon of the rosary that is really, really
it's
pretty.
Yeah.
And this will be a great blessing to you, those of you who are new members of the Coffee Club.
That's exactly right.
Or if you want to just increase your membership, say, I'm going to start giving $31 a month. We'll send you the rosary. But it's those sustaining pledges month in and month out that help us anticipate, costs and what needs to be improved in the future. So operators are here. They're volunteers. They're ready to take your call. 855-341-5199. Dial direct, or you can donate anytime live at 24/7 at ccradio.help. God bless you. We're going to be back with Wake Up tomorrow morning at 7.
105.1 FM, 105.9 LP, Baton Rouge.
ccmedia.live.
This is an EWTN News Link. I'm Anna Mitchell from the Sunrise Morning Show. Conservative parties made significant gains in European Union elections. In preliminary results, nationalist parties surged in the EU in countries like Germany, Austria, and France. In fact, French President Emmanuel Macron's party took such a drubbing, he immediately announced he was dissolving parliament and calling snap elections, saying he wants a clear voice for France. Exit polls showed the shift to the right was driven by the rising cost of living.